to state that the grandchildren of some of the people in this theater will not be born on Earth.
I'm gonna get on my boat. I'm gonna go up. Fuck.
Quick, change the channel. It's Caliban Iron from outer space. This is where you fall down. I'm your host, Rob Spencer. Joining me as always is my co-host, Joe. Hey, Joe.
So it begins.
Today is the day they grace our podcast, and it's the most important day of our lives, but for them, it's just a Tuesday. It is, of course, Grandad and Mr Tech. Welcome.
Colonel, have you lost your mind? No, you've lost your balls.
Hello.
AKA Ali and Balti, but I'm not allowed to call you that. Apparently.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, Ali.
Yeah.
He's the Kung Fu guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna get on my boat and I'm going up a river and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
Kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Nice segue. Okay, so Grandad and Mr Tech. This is a podcast crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about Grandad and Mr Tech. Grandad and Mr Tech.
Yes, so Grandad, so I am Grandad, and I am Grandad for the reasons of I like the more older video games and older kind of history. And Mr Tech is more of the kind of modern age, high frames per second, PS5, Xbox. Yeah, absolutely modern day. And we've started a podcast to mesh together those two interests. So it's not just a retro game podcast. It's not just a modern day game podcast. We want to show the spectrum of those kind of games. So I'm very much rooted in, very old 8-bit, 16-bit era. So we would just like to take people through our kind of gaming history and hopefully offer something a little bit different, a little bit niche. There's many kind of retro podcasts out there. There's many kind of podcasts that talk about new stuff. We're trying to look at both sides of the coin, aren't we?
Grandad, do you play any new games then?
I do touch upon that, thanks to Mr Tech pushing me to try new things. I do have things such as PS5, Xbox One in the household.
Oh, bloody hell. That's quite modern, isn't it?
It is. However, I must say that they are often used to access old retro games or reinventions of old games.
Of course.
Yeah, so I do for maybe 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I'm always going straight back to the old stuff. That's where my passion remains.
Yeah.
Whereas Mr Tech is much more modern day, brand new consoles, super high gloss gaming, high frame rates, and the newest possible consoles.
I like to think, the Grandad and Mr Tech podcast is a gaming podcast for real gamers in comparison to the people that pretend to be real gamers. And by real gamer,
The fakers.
people who think they have 100 hours a week to game, actually have about 3, but buy enough games to fill 100 hours, or like to buy retro devices until they're coming out of their ears and spend lots of time setting them up and then spend about 2 minutes playing them.
Kind of like the people that buy 100 Blu-rays a week and will never have enough time in the rest of their lives to watch them all.
This is the reality of gaming when you're our age. Because if you follow any gaming podcasts, they're completing like 7 200-hour games a week, and they're on to the next thing.
That's because it's their job. is to be.
This is why they're
on
not real
Twitch,
gamers.
whatever.
If it's your job, you're not a real gamer. Being a gamer is not a job. What are we coming to? So yeah, we're real for people that wish they could play everything and own everything. And in Grandad's case, he does own pretty much everything, I think.
I've got to say, Mr. Tech, for the new kids on the block, you're really hitting the scene with a lot of bluster there. You're the real one.
Look at my shit. Look at my shit. Look at my shit. Look at my shit.
Like a bit of confidence.
All these other losers, they ain't proper. Yeah.
I know nothing about what you guys are talking about in that podcast most of the time, but I still like it.
It's really good. It's a good
Yeah,
listen.
I learned quite a lot about it. And it makes me think, I'd really like to play more games, but then can't do it.
Got all those Blu-rays to plough through for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I love old games like you, Grandad. And I've got an emulator on my laptop for the BBC games that I used to play as a kid.
Yes.
So I've recently completed Citadel, Palace of Magic.
Yep.
What else? I've been trying to get back into Thrust, but it's just way too difficult.
See, the BBC,
Citadel was good fun to play, though.
Yeah, the BBC Micro was my first computer, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's where I got the kind of bug and I grew up with it.
This is the story of Daphne, who longs to be alone with her very own BBC Micro.
Can't believe you had a BBC computer game console.
It wasn't a computer game console, it was a home computer.
Was it? And that
A
didn't
home
make that
computer.
outside the UK.
A home computer.
I know,
Not
but a whole home computer. Why does Mr. Tech keep dropping off? Fucking hell. The veil there for the listener at home. Mr. Tech has dropped off the feed twice now.
I've only got a 20-quid microphone. I don't know what's going on. I'd lost everything again.
Look at my shit. I'm a fucking nightmare, motherfucker.
What else? What can I do? I don't know.
But to be fair, you sound like a real IT guy now at the moment, saying, I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. Restart.
Yeah.
Hello, do you wish for technical assistance?
Oh, God, I hate these.
Sorry?
I don't have loads of experience playing computer games. I used to play them a bit when I was at uni. What did we have? A friend of mine got a Sega Saturn. That's what we used to play. And
A
we used to play-
Sega?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Sega.
Oh, okay.
Belloc. Balosh.
I think two of the only games I really know are Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
Which gives us a nice segue into the movies we're doing today. So we are doing
Yeah.
Street Fighter from 1994 and Mortal Kombat from 1995.
Correctly check, protect your neck, stop the presses, I stress the second guess. Puncture both readdress, just aggressive, I fail to be the joke for white folk. Let's get ready to rumble. In the jungle, nobody loves a loser, cause you lose alone. I'm on a level to find a way to grip. It's words of collision, head up and roll like a rock. Bronze is reckless and the floor's on top. Nobody rocks it quick no more, the beat is still brick by brick, hardcore. Keep it, keep it, hit me and I hit you back, me, give it some of that.
I throw the jab package, crazy rapid, some slaughter fist, top speed, visit your cabbage, attack like a heart failure. Mad wicked, lyrics turn your whole style, pivot and split.
So should we get into a little bit about what we've been watching?
I've had a very sparse couple of months for films, as tends to happen. I will talk about something that really made an impression on me. It's called Architecton from 2024, directed by Victor Kosakowski. I was looking around on BFI Player for something that looked serious and arty.
As is your what?
And yeah, I felt like I needed a palate cleanser, and I could not have been luckier than watching this. So how to describe this? It's a little bit like Koyaanisqatsi, if you've seen Koyaanisqatsi,
Yeah.
in that it's fairly dystopian, but composed entirely of incredible photography and slow motion imagery and drone footage and awesome music, and all those things combined are right up my alley.
Does it have a story, or is it like Koyaanisqatsi? It's just
Not
Impressionist.
really. The film swaps back and forwards between footage of kind of strip mining and mining operations and slow motion shots of rocks coming off a conveyor belt, which sounds very boring, but when it's in super high def and it's got this doomy, awesome soundtrack to it, it was really mesmerizing.
remember, I'd be watching this in the bath on my phone.
Oh, Joe. David Lynch is not happy.
Like, fuck up, he's dead.
Don't
matter whatsoever. No apology necessary. Gave me a chance to meet the local law enforcement team. A great bunch.
He would want you to watch this. You need to watch this at least on telly. And then it intercuts this footage with this little scene that extends throughout the film of I don't know who the architect is. It's an architect. Does it have his name here? Is he in the cast? He might be the cast. Michel Delucchi, I think, who is an architect. Apparently, I've never heard of him, but he's building this little stone circle in his garden in an attempt to.
That doesn't make you an architect.
I think he does building.
Oh, okay. This isn't his first.
No, this is like a
job.
weekend bit of fun.
Well, isn't an architect just an art school dropout with a tilting desk and a big ruler?
It's called the T-square.
The film is about construction and the impermanence of man-made constructions from stone and concrete, and that's why you see shots of the strip mine, and then later on shots of war-torn buildings and shots of buildings being destroyed, concrete buildings that have hit their 30-year lifespan, and the irony of the dumping ground where all these old buildings are piled up is right next to the place where they're strip mining the new rock for more concrete crap. And
that sounds really good.
So it's very
actually.
much
Yeah,
a kind of a architectural essay, if you like. I loved it, and I'm gonna hunt down other films by this guy now. He seems to have done a lot of similar kind of essay type documentaries that are about nature and the world. And one of his films is about the life of a pig and 2 cows on a farm, but it's going to be a similar thing of incredible photography and sound. I really recommend it if you can find it on BFI Player. Yeah, especially if you're someone that watched Koyaanisqatsi and enjoyed that kind of thing. I love just the combination of visuals and sound, but with a message. Normally one about how we're all completely screwed.
We are totally fucked. And not just fucked. Like elephant dick, pound in the ass, no reach around.
I think the only other film I watched was Return to 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Oh, yeah.
Which was essentially a remake of the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, isn't it, really, if you've seen it? But no less enjoyable. Great scene where, how to explain why he's doing this, he has to wash his hair to get rid of this black dye because he's dyed his hair. He's stuck on bristles from a broom and then dyed it black so that he can get in the Shaolin Temple.
I got to watch that man right
And then when he gets in there, the monk says, "You can't train because your face is really dirty," and he realizes that the dye in his fake hair is running. Yeah, but they won't give him any water to clean. He has to find a way to clean his hair. So the only way that he can do
this is a kung fu film.
Yeah, this is classic kung fu. This is all obviously a conceit by the monks to just get him to do some training. So it's all he has to drop a rock into the well so that the water splashes up and he headbutts the water. And obviously, first time he drops the rock, the water goes that way and he misses it. So he goes around the other side of the well. And he drops the rock again, and it goes that way. So he has to go, and he keeps, and obviously, as the
why is he stuck a brush in his head?
Yeah,
because please explain.
He'd already shaved his head.
He was already a monk.
I think so. So to get in, pretend he was a layman, he had to go in with hair. I'm not quite sure on that part, to be honest.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
But it ends up with him mastering the technique of chucking the rock in the well. And he's now doing like a backflip so that his head goes into the water, and he cleans his fake hair. And
Karate Kid with the waxing on and the waxing off.
Yeah, it's just a clever ruse by the monks to teach him some kung fu skills that involve balancing on this one. But this whole segment of him having to wash this fake hair, it went on for about 15 minutes, but I loved it. It was great. So yeah, recommend that. If you like the first one, so it's essentially a rehash of it, but they just find new, different, wacky things to put in the various training chambers. And
you can say that about a lot of Shaw Brothers films, as it's basically rehashing the same thing, but they always make it interesting. So.
Yeah, you're not there for originality. You're just there for execution again, really, aren't you?
Yeah, for a bit of Shaw Brothers, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just there for a good time.
All right.
Mr. Grandad.
Grandad, what have you been watching?
So I have literally been watching nothing but Mission Impossible films in order, chronologically, in in preparation,
Yeah.
which I believe you have too as
Lots of
well,
people
Joe.
have been doing that.
I did this last
Okay.
year in advance previous Mission Impossible film. Or actually, after watching it, I thought I really forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch the rest of them in order. And what I found, well, was that they're all really good.
Yeah.
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 They're all great.
I think they are. Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
the ones that stick out for me, number 2 and Fallout. Number 2 in particular, because I am a massive John Woo fan. And obviously,
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
is just infused with...
And Dougray Scott is so
He
cool
is,
in that film, isn't he?
What I would urge you to do, if you've not done, is the commentary track on Mission Impossible 2 is phenomenal. It is so entertaining.
Who's on
John
it?
Woo is on that. I think some of the producers are on it. But in particular, it's just great because I don't think it's supposed to be intentionally amusing at times, but he will talk about scenes that were going to be Tom Cruise in an office talking to the female lead or talking to a character, and then he just talks about that's really boring, let's put it on top of a mountaintop, fast cars, slow motion, dubs, action. It's like, yeah, you can just imagine the film producers going, yeah, whatever, yeah, let's do it, let's sign up. Yeah, it's really worth a listen though.
No, but Mission Impossible 2's been panned for years and years.
It often is,
I think it's a pretty good film. I find it amazing, that like everyone loved John Woo's Hong Kong films, and they're like, oh, let's get him to Hollywood. And then when he made Hollywood films in pretty much the same way stylistically, everyone was like, that's a bit much. Hey, John Woo, that's what we...
Yeah, exactly. And I love things like Hard Target and stuff. That is just classic Woo.
Oh, God, yeah.
I love Hard
And Van
Target.
Damme.
It's a shame. This used to be such a nice part of town.
Probably the best thing I watched was that new film by the guy that did... It's Ali Abbasi that did The Border.
Oh, yeah.
It's his film about Donald Trump and Roy Cohn. Yeah, the lawyer from the 80s who was like a raging right-winger who ended up dying of AIDS in their relationship. It's actually really good. It's Sebastian Stan as Trump, who is excellent as Trump, weirdly. And Jeremy Strong, who you probably won't know because you don't watch telly, but he's in Succession, which is excellent. And he's a real weirdo actor, and he's fantastic as Roy Cohn. Just a great, odd performance. Yeah, I really recommend that. The other one I watched was not...
Is the film called The Apprentice? That's the name of the film, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, did I not call it that? Yeah, The Apprentice, yes.
The Apprentice, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's bits in it you don't need, like him coming up with the name of his book, The Art of the Deal. I was thinking, I'm not quite sure why that's in there, but most of it's really good.
Okay.
I don't think Donald Trump comes out of it too well. He does seem quite vulnerable in bits and maybe quite human, but at the end of it, he's just a prick.
Yeah, he's a human. He's a fully human dickhead. So that's
He's a fully human dickhead. That's what he is.
Dickhead, you're such a dickhead, and everybody knows it, everyone but you.
The other one, which was a bit of a disappointment, it was 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider. John Frankenheimer film, and I love Frankenheimer.
Yeah.
And it's Elmore Leonard. It's a book which I think I've read, actually. And it's got a fantastic trio of villains in it. It's got John... What's his name? Oh, I can't remember the name. He played Lionel Luthor in Smallville.
I can tell you it's John Glover.
John Glover. You will know this man's face.
Is that the guy from Gremlins 2?
Weirdly, he's the guy that plays Donald Trump in Gremlins 2. Yeah. Although he's not, I think he plays a guy called Daniel Clamp. He's not Donald Trump. He's Daniel Clamp. He is such a good actor, and he totally owns it. And Clarence Williams III, who you'll know from loads of things, he's really good in it as well.
I think you say Clarence Williams III, not Clarence Williams III. He's not. Well, I suppose he is.
I'm going to call him Clarence Williams III. That's how his name comes up. But yeah, the film is just a bit dull. I think it just needs a bit of a lighter touch with an Elmore Leonard, because the plot's confusing.
Right.
And you need to know what the motivations behind what the characters are doing is. Because the characters in Elmore Leonard, they're always really dumb or really smart, or sometimes both at the same time. They're always really nicely fleshed out, and they've always got like a meaning behind what they're doing. And I don't think this really carried it through. But it was still pretty good. Still worth watching.
Yeah, I've had that on my list for ages to get to. Love a bit of Roy Scheider too. It's Roy Scheider, isn't it?
It is Roy Scheider, yeah. Roy Scheider, and Anne Margaret is his wife.
Oh yeah, I love her too. That was the 80s, wasn't it? That was made? sometime.
Yeah, early 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it might have been 86 or so, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did I see? My daughter wanted to watch Interview with the Vampire, so we checked that out.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Cruise. Actually, I don't know if he runs in that movie. Does he run?
No, he just
That's
sits
a good
down a lot.
question. Yeah, I haven't seen it for a while.
That was his sitting down phase. The sitting down era.
Park your hips on the sitting device.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I really like Interview with the Vampire. I'm not entirely sure why. I've read a bunch of the books, and I much prefer the Vampire Lestat. That is easily the best book in that series. And Lestat is the best character. It's interesting, actually. I've said this a lot before. I don't really like Brad Pitt as a leading man, and this is a real classic example. He's just like a pouty, boring sort of sook. And Lestat is awesome, and Tom Cruise is really good in it. Yeah. Kirsten Dunst is really good in it as a child. It's just Neil Jordan has films that just look really amazing. It's just a beautiful looking film. It's just a bit of a mood, really. But yeah, I like it. It's really just like a gay melodrama more than anything. It's ostensibly a horror film, but not really.
Nah. Don't mind that, though.
No, it's good. Yeah, I'm up for a gay melodrama. Bit of gay melodrama.
What are you having? I'm having a calamari.
What else I watch? Oh, I saw The First Omen. You guys seen this? The new...
Oh, this is not The First Omen.
It's called The First Omen, so it is The First Omen.
Right, okay. I was going to say, no, we did that on this podcast, The First Omen.
No, The First Omen.
It's great. I give it 5 stars.
The First Omen is the latest Omen.
Oh, okay. Is that any good?
It is quite good. This is the one that's it got quite rave reviews.
Oh.
I think they're a bit overexcited. It's such a shock for a kind of Lego sequel reboot sort of thing to actually not be total shit, which it's not. It's pretty good.
It's not like a shot-for-shot remake like the remake of the Omen.
No, it's a prequel.
I also quite like.
It's like an origin story, which kind of... Right. So that sort of annoys me because I prefer the Satanists to just be shady, shadowy, you don't know what's going on. But this kind of tries to explain it all.
Oh, you famously don't even think the kid Damien is the devil.
Yeah, well, this movie agrees with you. There is an actual Jack.
Oh, is there? Oh, what a shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but everyone's wrong. But it's a beautiful looking film. I was sure it must have been shot on film, but apparently it is digitally shot. But it looks great. Great looking film. They use really good
I think
locations.
digital is so advanced now that
I think it's got there. Yeah, this is one of the first films I've seen where I'm like, yeah, that looks like film, and it looks really nice and it's well shot. It's kind of silly in parts. Like the main character is a novitiate nun at this sort of weird convent. And like she's going out with a friend at night and hitting the nightclubs and
nuns aren't supposed to do that.
I don't think even novitiates. I think the idea is like, oh, they haven't taken their vows yet. I'm like, yeah, I don't think convents are still like, oh, you haven't taken your vows yet. Go out and get drunk. It's fine.
Get that up, yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, isn't that Quakers that do that?
Is it? Sorry.
Yeah, Quakers go and party hard before they become Quakers. Nuns don't do that. That's not a nun thing.
Maybe that's why they call them Quakers.
Why?
Just really hungover.
It's the morning after.
That's right.
Take your vows with a massive hangover.
Take their vows.
And they had porridge as a hangover recovery, and that's where Quaker oats came from.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Speaking
good for
of origin
hangover.
stories, we figured that one out. There you go.
Get a banana in there for the potassium. We'll sort you right out.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog that bit me.
I saw Infested. You heard of this one? 2023 spider horror movie, French film. Really good. Really liked this. It's about like one of those big Parisian apartment complexes, you know, out in where they had all the riots and stuff, the banlieues or whatever.
Yeah, banlieue. Yeah.
It's got quite good characters in it, and there's a guy who's really into kind of insects and bugs and picks up some spider that's come in. It's a bit like Arachnophobia, really. Some spiders
Which is a great film.
From the,
I haven't seen that in
Arachnophobia
years,
is great. Yeah, it multiplies and gets all through the apartment complex, and it's just a bug fest.
Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?
I think it's really good. It's very CGI, but I realise I don't mind that with spiders because they act like CGI anyway. They don't...
Yeah, they look fake anyway.
Yeah, they dart around. They don't look like they're beholden to the laws of physics anyway, which is my thing with CGI sometimes. Is it?
You know, house spiders are the fastest spiders in the world, and there's like loads of different species of spider.
My slipper says that's not true.
They're not. Yeah, you're not a spider, Ali.
Yeah.
I'm faster than a house spider.
Not as fast as Mr. Tech, though. I also saw, no relation to one of our films tonight, Sister Street Fighter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Has this got Sonny Chiba in it?
Sonny Chiba does make quite a few appearances. He's not supposed to be the star, but he keeps popping up, and it's like, oh, look, it's Sonny Chiba. It's a really fun movie. It's like really mindless and dumb, and it's just... It actually got me thinking that this is the sort of movie that probably, at least in Japan, performed the same sort of function for kids as some of these video games. Because it's like that every time a bad guy comes up, you get a caption of his name and what weapon he uses, and then they just have a fight. It is actually very Street Fighter. I don't know if Street Fighter 2 ever had anything. I don't think it was ever making reference to the Japanese Street Fighter films, as far as I know. It's not really like the original Street Fighter film, but this one is quite like Street Fighter 2 in the way it works, which I think is
I guess so. These are what the kids in the playground would be pretending they're playing.
Yeah, it's like watching the film is like playing a game. And it's a lot of fun. Really likes that.
I like to see that. I really enjoyed I've only seen the original Street Fighter, but I really liked it. Yeah,
I really love the first Street Fighter. It's not as good as that. The second Street Fighter I didn't really like that much, but the third one I thought was pretty good as well. But this is up there. It's probably about as good as the third Street Fighter film. And the last one I'll mention, this movie was fucking ridiculous, but I kind of enjoyed it. It's a Rennie Harlan film from 2004 called Mindhunters. Ever heard of it?
Mindhunters.
Yeah, so this is
ringing a bell.
It's kind of like And Then There Were None.
Oh, which is a plot I love. Yeah,
it's a basic bunch of people trapped on an island getting picked off one by one. But because it's 2004, it's all about FBI. They're all FBI profilers in training.
Oh my God. Look at this cast.
So the FBI trainees are Catherine Morris, who I think is from some TV show, I can't remember what. Johnny Lee Miller, LL Cool J, Christian Slater, Patricia Velasquez, who is the mummy's girlfriend in The Mummy, Imhotep, Clifton Collins Jr. I don't know those two other guys that are in it, but they look very familiar to me. And then
I've got here that Val Kilmer's in it.
Val Kilmer, yeah. He's like their teacher. So he is kind of like, I've got this military island. They let me use it once a year for my trainees. I'm going to drop you in and you're going to have to solve this mystery of what's the serial killer? It's got some cool sounding name. The puppeteer, the puppet master. I think it is. But then they get there and they actually start getting killed off. It's absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but I really did enjoy it.
I'd watch the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I think you might like it. It's good fun.
Yeah. It's got Christian Slater, Johnny Lee Miller, and Val Kilmer in it. Yeah, okay.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. It's just so incredibly stupid that you'll just find it funny.
He's called a puppeteer, and he has an obsession with time.
Time to look alive. He's just a simulation. It's no fun unless it's a challenge. This is a joke, right?
Someone killed JD, don't you get it?
What kind of simulation is this?
Somebody set that trap at 12 o'clock. Someone else is killed.
He's marked us.
Where is this killer?
Someone who knows where we'd be.
Now, someone trained to think like a killer
There's just one problem.
is about to become one.
There's no one here but us.
Our A movie today is Street Fighter from 1994, directed by Stephen E. D'Souza.
The road not taken. But why? Why do they still call me a warlord? And mad? All I want to do is to create the perfect genetic soldier. Not for power, not for evil, but for good. Carlos Blanca will be the first of many. They shall march out of my laboratory and sweep away every adversary, every creed, every nation, until the very planet is in the loving grip of the Pax Bisonica. And then peace will reign in the world, and all humanity shall bow to me in humble gratitude.
That was beautiful.
The fight to save the world is on. Colonel Guile, or Guille, and various other martial art heroes fight against the tyranny of dictator M. Bison and his cohorts. That's it.
It's not Guille.
It's actually not the correct use of the word cohort, but never mind.
Yeah, that's right.
No, cohort means
it's a group.
Basically your classmates, your group that you're with. Yeah, it doesn't mean your henchmen. It generally used to mean henchmen.
Yeah.
I think it's the least of the problems this film's got, to be honest.
This isn't our first Stephen E. D'Souza film, is it?
Isn't it? What is it?
Is it Hudson Hawk? Did he not write Hudson Hawk?
Oh, I think he didn't direct much. He was more of a writer, wasn't he?
He was more of a writer, but he wrote and directed this. This is his baby.
Yeah.
He
also wrote Commando and Die Hard.
Yeah. He did write Die Hard. Yeah. This guy can write a film, and yet he chose not to. Here.
Oh my god! This guy wrote Die Hard.
Oh yeah,
he wrote Die Hard.
Is he was also, a lot of his credits are, I think he was brought on to fix scripts too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Die Hard was one of his scripts from spec. In 1994. This was at the height of Street Fighter. So for me, Street Fighter 2, there was a machine at the local video store. And people just used to go there to play Street Fighter 2 in the suburb where I lived in Sydney. And it's one of the few of those things that I ever got into. I must have had it at home as well, because I wouldn't have had enough money to keep pumping dollars into this thing. So
I don't know, it must have gone a long way. It was only like, was it not like 20p? You could afford a little bit. Nowadays it's like £1. And nobody's got pounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have been. I think I used to watch friends playing it too. Like literally, you'd just come.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
A couple of guys.
Who did you? I believe that the clementure now is. Who did you main?
What is it, main?
Who did you? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Who's
your Street Fighter main?
I think I used to pick. You could be Blanco, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I used to pick Blanco all the time.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
Well, who's yours?
I'm currently playing it quite a lot because I never had a SNES until my wife bought me the mini little one that's got it all plugged in, and I play Street Fighter with my kid a lot because the great thing about the SNES version is you can do kind of handicaps on it. You can bring one person's power way down, you can bump the other's way out.
Right.
And yeah, now he beats my ass.
And now you can finally beat him, Joe.
Nice. Thank you.
I want to ask Grandad at this point, how many copies of original Street Fighter 2 have you got? Don't disappoint now. We're a gaming podcast. Remember?
As in physical copies lying around.
Yeah, you must have some. Right?
Yeah, there is at least 4 physical copies of Street Fighter 2 in this house. I have got the original. I have still got my original SNES. I have got a SNES Mini. And yeah, for me, this was big back in, I think it was 1992 when the SNES version came out. And I remember going round a friend's house and he got it when it was on import, and it would have been like 70 quid back then. And it was, back then, it was felt that it was arcade perfect. It was an arcade in your home. And I literally remember playing with a good friend of mine, literally till about 3 a.m, and we clocked up over 100 versus games. Literally, just played it constantly.
Happy memories. Yeah. It is. It's really smooth.
Very,
it's just, it feels like you're in there. Yeah, love it.
What about you, Ali? What's your history with this game?
Actually, very little, because it's an old game. I don't know how I knew about it when I was younger. I think because it was so big, it just crossed into your cultural sphere, even if you didn't.
Plus, it was in the arcades. We did go to the arcades.
I don't remember seeing it, but I just remember being really aware of it. It was one of those games that made the Super Nintendo a thing. It must have been bundled with the system for a while, maybe, and it was making everyone want to buy it. But similarly to you, I don't think I actually played it myself until much, much later, probably about 20 years ago, when someone at university had a SNES and a copy, and it was like, oh wow, I can play Street Fighter 2. I remember this, but I'm not a great fighter game player. I don't
Neither
mind
am I.
them.
Yeah.
I think I played Tekken.
We used to play Tekken a lot at university.
More than Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat that we'll talk about later. I definitely played Tekken most out of any of them.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to whether Mr. D'Souza ever played it. Whether he needed to, I'm not sure he would have really needed.
One of the things I wanted to do with these two films is, aside from rating them as movies, and we'll do it at the end of each one, but rating them as an adaptation of the game. Because this doesn't bear much, apart from the characters. It's got the characters, but that's about where the similarity ends to the game, I think.
It became clear very early on that it was going to be pretty awful from the point of view of respecting the game. Not that I expected it to, and not that I even needed it to.
Was this your first watch?
Yeah, first time. Yeah, I was aware of Van Damme in it, and I was aware that Kylie Minogue was in it. Those things had stuck in my brain, and when I saw, Raul, is it Raul Julia?
Yes.
Yeah. When I saw him in his costume, I remember. Oh yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't actually seen the film. And
why would you?
Yeah, good point. It does a pretty poor job, given you've got an easy setup with a fighting game like this, in that, much as Mortal Kombat did, if we don't want to jump around too much here, but find a reason to put all these people in the same place and have a fighting tournament for some reason, and just have lots of fights. You can have.
It's a good conceit, isn't it? It's useful.
You can have some video game fan pleasing callbacks by showing some of their signature moves and things, but this just dropped the ball for me so badly on that.
Apparently, Stephen E. D'Souza said, I don't want to make just a martial arts film. I want to make it a little bit James Bond.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. He tried to make it a story.
It's called Street Fighter. There's no street fighting in it. There's not much fight. It's a film about a UN peacekeeping mission to take down a war general. Oh yeah, AN, yeah. But it's like, where are the fights?
Yeah.
Where's that? And they do attempt some of that very late on. It looked like there was an attempt to have some one-on-ones. It was very badly done, that you barely noticed.
Very badly done. Yeah. Even with Van Damme, who's a great martial artist.
This is not even. It only even ranks as a Paul Van Damme film in terms of the use
this is like
he does.
Late period Seagal when it comes to actual martial arts.
It's the fact that they didn't even bother to put in any really easy wins for the people that knew the game, because there's no moments where you see maybe I'm forgetting the game a bit, but the things that I would have done, if you're playing Chun-Li, you can do that move where she kicks and her foot just goes, it's rapid. That would be so easy to mock up with a bit of camera trickery, just to, hey, fans of the game, this kick, look at that move. Or Blanca, he's supposed to hunch over like a beast and go electrified.
Not
whimper,
things like that,
not mope about because he's like half human and I can't go back to the world.
He's a bit too existential, isn't he?
Fuck that, mate. You're supposed to go electricity and kick some ass. What are you doing? So it's really poor showing. And I didn't need it to be about the game because I don't really have any particular love for it. But from a point of view of how good an adaptation is it, if we were judging it on those terms, it's pretty poor, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I'm judging it on any terms.
I saw this movie, I think, when it came out. I think I rented it. I didn't see it at the cinema. I think I rented it when it was like a new release. And I really disliked it then. And then I watched it again a few years ago and also really disliked it. But then this time, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed this.
There's bits in it that I like, actually.
I think if I was judging it, as we've just been talking, as an adaptation of the game, it's abysmal. Yeah. And you're right, as a film, in most ways, it's abysmal.
So what does it get right?
I think it's quite funny. It's not always funny. Some of it's terrible, but there are some really good lines. I think
the script's not bad, generally.
I think if you compare these two films, there's a big gap in terms of cast, and this has an amazing cast, a lot of whom are wasted, but some of whom are really good.
Apparently they spent all their money on Van Damme and Raul Julius. The rest of them are unknown.
Are they?
Who else is in it? There's Simon Callow.
There's a lot of B-movie people in here.
Yeah.
Character actors, that kind of thing. Actually, why don't we talk about the cast? So we've got Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, the all-American hero. It's just like, why would you choose
The thing is, he's allied nations. Why not just make him Belgian or French or whatever? Guillaume Guillet.
He's got a Stars and Stripes tattooed on his shoulder.
Exactly. And Kylie's
which they make
one.
a massive point of showing.
Yeah. He's not only got the Stars and Stripes on his shoulder, he takes his shirt off and he's got a tattoo in the same place of a Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's burnt through his skin to be on his uniform.
Out of sheer loyalty to the nation.
That's how American this French bastard is.
Get lost! A rude Frenchman? Well, I never.
He was reputedly totally overdoing the cocaine through this shoot and barely under control at the height of his ego, which got pretty big.
And he also apparently turned down the role of Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Because of this film.
Apparently spent the whole time screwing Kylie Minogue, is what I heard. They were like constantly in the trailer.
Well.
Come on, you two! Get out.
You would.
And so Job was detained against the window of the trailer his parents were becoming intimate in.
You would, but I'd be thinking of Ming-Na Wen, gotta say.
I also read on Wikipedia the only reason they got Kylie Minogue is because most of it was filmed in Australia. They had to have an Australian actor in it. And the director went, what about Kylie Minogue? I went, all right, cool.
Had she been in anything at this point? Because I remember
The Delinquents.
being a big. This was like a big reveal, wasn't it?
Oh. No, but I was thinking, did she do much acting? But then I remember she did start as an actress. She was in Neighbours. I always forget that.
Yeah, exactly. Charlene.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So it's not. But I was thinking the same thing. Like, she hadn't acted much. Oh no, she had.
I completely forgot that. I thought she.
Yeah, I totally did this. You don't think that, do you?
Yeah. So Kylie Minogue, I don't know. It's quite hard to believe her as any kind. She's about 4'5" or something, isn't she? She looks like a little girl.
Now, her character apparently is a fighter, but she's not in Street Fighter 2.
No, what they've done is, so it's basically all the cast, if that's what you call it, characters from Street Fighter 2, and then they've borrowed some from Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers, of which Cammy appeared. And that's where you've got random people like T-Hawk as well, which is quite... like Mr. Tech was saying, it's really funny because like the first 10 minutes, it seems like they shoehorn in all the characters to go, oh, look at that, that's so and then
which I quite enjoyed actually. I like
and then you've randomly got
you got Zangief.
You've got people as random cameramen. You've got E Honda and Balrog as a cameraman.
Yeah.
And you got Sangat, who's the kickboxer.
These are all the characters I like in this film.
There's actually quite a lot to like in this film.
It's
really not a good film.
No,
but there's good fun characters and fun performances as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so you got Raul Julia. I think, didn't he die not long after this? Was he sick?
He died before this was released of cancer.
Yeah, I
this
think
is
he was
his last
ill while
film.
they were making it.
Yeah. And in fact, because of that, there's like a post-credit sequence when his hand bursts out the rubble when he was supposed to be coming back to life, and they decided to cut it out of respect for him.
Okay.
And brought it back for the video release.
That was on the that was on the version I watched.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it was only on the cinematic release that they cut that.
Okay, I think he's great in this.
He is awesome in this. Yeah,
there is some good dialogue in this film. There really is.
That's it. Stephen E. D'Souza can write some good dialogue, and it's not awful. The script in this,
especially
story.
Colonel, have you lost your mind? No, you've lost your balls.
That's pretty big.
Do you not remember that?
You'd be proud of that comeback.
No, I do actually.
I think they gave what they did well in the writing of this movie is every line that Van Damme had, they made it sound like he'd written it because it was a really bad line, and every line that Raul Julia said was quite funny, and I actually had some loud guffawing at some of them, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Van Damme's lines just seemed to, and I feel that it's on purpose. I think he knew what he was doing. That he gave him these lines that it's like he's building up to this put down, and it's very unimaginative.
You know, the really witty thing he does to the camera crew and he just basically goes like that to M. Bison.
That was his opening line. His opening line in the film, he said, "I know you like to look at yourself on television, you sick son of a bitch, so look at this." And he just goes, "Whoa."
And then he shouts, "Charlie,
Okay.
can you hear me, Charlie? Hang in there, buddy." It's what? Talk about dropping your friend in the shit. Now Bison knows that guy's your friend.
That was when I knew this was a Van Damme movie, and I imagined that Grandad would be cackling away at that bit.
Oh yeah, there's lots of Van Damme cackling moments I had in this film. Yeah.
We've got, so I mentioned briefly before, Ming-Na Wen as Chun-Li. She looks amazing in this film. Wow.
Very hot.
Wow.
I don't know her much.
She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I feel like I've seen her in a bunch of other things too. But yeah, she's a knockout. Bloody hell. And I think she's really good in this. Chun-Li recast as like a reporter slash ninja?
Yep, like me. I love it.
Not only does he know how to treat his editor-in-chief with the proper respect, not only does he have a snappy, punchy prose style, but he is, in my 40 years in this business, the fastest typist I've ever seen.
Damien Chopper. I know him from, it's probably a pretty obscure film called Blood In, Blood Out.
Who does he play?
Ken. Yeah. And he doesn't look like he's been in a single martial arts class in his life. Yeah. Like weedy little arms, and then anyway.
Yeah, he's a weedy guy, Damien Chopper. Simon Callow turns up. I don't think he was, I was going to say he'd be pretty well known, but Four Weddings and a Funeral was the same year as this, so probably wasn't very well known when he was cast.
I think I would have known him at this point. He was in loads of different things.
He was on TV a lot, wasn't he, in the UK before this?
It must have been. I can't remember what in, though.
Ryu is played by this guy, Byron Mann, who I'm not familiar with at all. We've got Roshan Seth as Dal Sim. Oh yeah, Dal Sim is a...
Dal Sim, yeah. That really annoyed me, because they were saying, hang on, the only character in the Street Fighter 2 I know is the Indian yoga guy who goes, who has the big stretchy arms. He's totally ruined.
They done Dal Sim
dirty on him.
Dal Sim doesn't even fight, does he? Just like a scientist type.
Yeah, he's just a doctor.
This strange kind of Frankenstein monster subplot where he's... Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to it, I guess.
We've got Andrew Brynjarski. Had him on the show before. He was in Hudson Hawk. He's the guy who says, "Do you want me to rape him for you?" He's the one who says that line.
Quite good, actually. Zangief's got some good lines.
Yeah, Zangief's got lots of great lines. I like Brynjarski in this. You got Grand Earl Bush, who plays Balrog.
Yeah.
We've spoken about him before. He was one of the Agent Johnsons in Die Hard.
I was in junior high, dickhead.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they did plan to have a helicopter in this film, but they didn't have the money because they'd spent it all on Van Damme and Van Damme's cocaine, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why they got a stealth boat, not a stealth helicopter in it.
Oh, I was trying to think who... So we got Miguel Nunez. I was trying to think what I knew him from. He's from Return of the Living Dead. It's one of the punks.
Is he Vega?
He's DJ. He's Bison's, he's...
DJ, who I think is from Super Street Fighter, the new champion. Is that right? Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Honda in the game was never from Hawaii, was he?
No. Honda's quite a Japanese name.
Yeah, there's a lot of Japanese names in Hawaii, but not normally from big Asian guys.
That's true.
You get Hawaiian sumo wrestlers.
You definitely get Hawaiian sumo wrestlers.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember watching on Channel 4 when they used to show sumo with Brian Blessed. Do you know this? Brian Blessed used to do the commentary for it.
I thought you were going to say he actually got in the ring and did some sumo. He could have.
Nah, they'd grab his beard. That's unsafe.
Bollocks! 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 Oh, fuck it.
I quite like they got Peter Navy, Tuia Sissoko plays Honda. I quite like him in this. I don't know him from anything else. The other sort of biggish name would be Wes Studi.
Oh, what do I know him from? I know the
Last
name.
of the Mohicans. He's Margwa.
Oh, wow. God, I haven't seen that film since it came out.
He's in Heat as well.
Right, okay.
I love Wes Studi. He's great.
Okay, cool.
And he's good fun in this. He's having fun in this. Another one you guys won't know, Aussie Joe Bugner. Do you know who he is?
No. Sounds made up.
He's actually a British guy, but he moved to Australia. He was like a heavyweight boxing champion, I think.
I'm not a massive boxer.
Oh, no, he's Hungarian born.
Is this... I was going to say, wait a minute, this isn't Kano, but the Kano's in the other film.
Oh, no, he's Hungarian born, British Australian, former heavyweight boxer and actor. He was a bit of a
Who does he play
on Australian TV. He's the guy who's beating up Honda and... Like, he's supposed to be torturing Honda and Balrog. and he's whipping Honda, and Honda's acting like it doesn't hurt him. That guy.
That's right. But he's not a fighter. He's not.
No, he doesn't actually.
Okay.
I am the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, darling. I am the only Australian in history of boxing. I have never seen anything like this. This right shoulder, the arm itself flew out of the socket. It was down by his...
It's morning television, Joe. Morning television.
There's a big cast in this, considering nothing really happens.
No. You got stuff like some of the story, some of the plot details, like the way we get Ken and Ryu into the story is they're doing this arms deal with Sagat. What's their plan? They go in, they go, give us the money, and then we'll leave, and then we'll text you where the weapons are, which is, I'm sure most Underworld figures will go along with a plan like that. That's a good plan.
Yeah. And they're only giving them, like, water pistols?
Yeah, they're like Nerf guns.
Basically. Yeah.
He does that.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest plan
Sounds
I've ever
dangerous.
heard in my life.
Don't rip off arms dealers, because famously unforgiving.
He was a cruel man, but fair.
Yes, that's right. They've got very low tolerance for that sort of nonsense. So Bison is basically, he's the dictator of a fictional country called, what's it called? Shadaloo.
Shadaloo, yeah.
Shadaloo would have been good.
Crisis in Shadaloo.
Yeah. Well, I think he's taken over there. I don't think he was the leader. Now he is. There's a whole interesting story about the name and all the different names actually in Street Fighter.
Really?
Because he was supposed to be the Balrog character. He was supposed to be, was it Mike Bison?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Was, yeah.
So they said, no, that's too close. Mike Tyson might actually do us. So they changed it to M. Bison. And a lot of the other characters have got their names switched around from Japan for various other reasons. But that's why his name is M. Bison.
I thought it was just a lost in translation thing from Japan. E. Honda was always weird too. I was like, why do we need to know his first initial? Just call him Honda.
That's very true. There's no other Hondas to mix them up with.
Yeah, exactly. E. Honda.
E. Henry Thripshaw, MD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically, what is Bison's plan? He's got Dalsim do an experiment. He's got Blanca strapped up to a machine to turn him into... Kind of looks like... In this movie, he looks like a cross between the Incredible Hulk and Pennywise the Clown.
He looks bad.
It does look bad.
Yeah.
But it's not a good makeup job, is it?
No.
Yeah, the whole Blanca subplot is because Blanca is one of the coolest characters in the game. And in here he's just, like you said, he's just like a bit of a sobbing wretch.
Yeah, very weird segment with the whole Frankenstein's monster thing.
Yeah.
I do love it though. It's supposed to provide a bit of pathos to Guile because it's his best friend. But when he finds him, it's all right, mate. I'll put you out of your misery. And he's just going to shoot him. He's like, hang on a minute. And then the scientist goes, wait, it's okay. I think he can be saved. And I'll tell you what, he takes him convincing. He still wants to shoot him. He's like, nah.
Yeah, I know. He's seen him for 10 seconds. He's already got an idea of what's going on.
He's
so
done for.
let's just shoot him.
He'll be better off dead, trust me.
Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
It's good to learn from the whole Blanca episode that if anyone tries to cerebrally reprogram you by making you watch videos of the Tiananmen Square massacre, you just need a couple of minutes of Martin Luther King and you'll retain your humanity.
Yeah, that's it. There's pictures of butterflies and Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Sorts them right out.
Quick, shove some Martin Luther King in there before he wants to go kill babies.
Yeah, the alternate programming that Dalsim puts in there is footage of his wedding, a dolphin, and Martin Luther King. And then he stops screaming and starts feeling better.
Ooh,
I don't know, if
nice.
someone strapped you to a machine and put goggles on you where you could only see like war atrocities, would you really stand there going, "Ah, ah"? You just watch it going,
I don't know.
Yeah, after 10 minutes you'd be like, have you got anything harder, mate? This is doing nothing now.
I've been desensitised.
This isn't touching the sides.
It'd have the opposite effect. What else we got? Bison decorates his... I like his abode and all the bone chandeliers, and he's got... Everything's kind of like a skull, and he designs this city in the shape of a skull. It's like, well, he really is quite evil, isn't he?
Are we the baddies?
Scene, which I do enjoy.
Although I do like when he's looking at the design of the city, and he's like, I think the food court should be bigger.
That whole section was one of the best sections of the film, I think, although it confused the hell out of me because it started to feel more like an Austin Powers movie at this point.
It does not take itself the least bit seriously, and it is... I mean, it's a kids' film, really, isn't it? This was really intended for kids to watch.
But I did like that extended sequence where he's taken Chun-Li back to his bedroom, whatever, and he's changing out of his one dictator uniform into his kind of lounge dictator uniform.
I love his
and then he puts on
robe and his hat rack.
Yeah, and she's telling him, she's recounting the story of how he killed her father 20 years ago, and then he's putting the sexy music on, thinking, I'm just gonna try and pull this girl.
Yeah.
And then
I'm gonna power through. Let's see how it goes.
He says, yeah, for you, the day bison graced your village was the most important of your life. For me, it was a Tuesday.
Yeah. That
genuinely
invented
very
the
good.
vernacular a bit. I've heard that quoted a lot, but was it first in this? Is it original to this, or was that referencing some other film or something?
I haven't heard it anywhere before.
No. Oh, haven't you? Oh, I have. Yeah,
I think you're just remembering Street Fighter.
Maybe, yeah, because I'm so steeped in Street Fighter.
You watched it at the time.
I did.
Did anyone else watch it then at the time?
No, I'm pretty sure I went to see this at the cinema, but then I have only...
It's a kind of shit you would.
Yeah, and then I've probably only seen it since then once or this is probably only the third time I've seen it, which is unusual for me, being a bit of a Van Damme film, but that shows you, how I might rate it later. But, yeah.
We got to talk about the sort of the scheme that Guile comes up with to get his moles in there. Ken and Ryu have been arrested because they're at this brawl at Sagat's place. So they all get rounded up and arrested. And then he talks to them and they're going to go in as like double agents to find out where Bison lives. I don't know how this... I can't remember why they go into Bison's place. Anyway, as they drive off, they shoot him, fake his death. And Chun-Li discovers him. But I like... into the wall,
this is amazing. Yeah.
And he's lying on the slab and then just wakes up. I'm like, how many hours has he just been lying there just so he can surprise her?
Yeah. You don't have to do all that if you're faking a death. You don't have to go and lie in the morgue.
Go and lie in a grave for like a year. Got to make it convincing.
Yeah.
When the time comes, I shall be lowered down into my grave, into the ground, and I'll have a microphone and some loudspeakers rigged up so that I can reassure my wife and children who may be feeling somewhat anxious.
So it's basically then everyone converging on Bison's... This is the extent of the plot at this point. Everyone's just going to attack Bison's lair. You've got the soldiers coming up the river in what looks like the Bat boat. I'm sure Batman has a boat like what Guile has got.
Yeah, maybe Batman Returns.
You got the other ones creeping in. I quite like the whole little subgroup of Chun-Li and Balrog and E Honda. There's no explanation at all as to why they're all like superhero level fighters, because they're just supposed to be a film crew, aren't they? Do they have any?
He is a sumo wrestler. He does say.
But is there any explanations why a sumo wrestler is now working for a news crew?
To get Bison.
I guess.
Do they want revenge as well? Do they have their own revenge plots?
No, they do. Bison did him dirty.
Did he? You're just making that up?
It was in the Wikipedia plot summary. Because I watched this quite a few days ago, and I've already forgotten.
And doesn't he also he wants 20 billion in 3 days as well? Isn't there that kind of request?
That's right. He kidnaps the UN workers.
Hostages, yeah.
Hostages. And he wants 20 billion. 20 billion.
In 3 days.
Yeah.
Honestly, governments have got that. They've got that money.
They could do that.
They could do that. But he's also got a plan to kidnap the Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
And in exchange for giving her back, they will peg £1 to the Shadowloon Bison dollar. The Bison dollar.
Yes, Bison dollars.
Which is quite a funny bit in this one, because he pays everyone with money with his own face on it.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little bit.
And a bit of an obvious kind of like punchline at the end when Nunez DJ gets away with a suitcase of riches, and you're like,
it's DJ and Sagat.
It'll be Bison dollars, isn't it? Did anyone else notice? I don't think this is a thing that Van Damme always had. He's got a huge welt on his forehead, a big bump. Do you notice this?
Yeah.
He must have got injured.
I've got an image from the film up on my screen, and you can see it in that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an explanation.
Maybe he was getting his head down to snort more cocaine so hard he whacked it off the edge of the table.
Close that fucker down.
Quick shout out to some of the scenes that made me laugh out. Yeah, at least a chuckle. I quite enjoyed the scene where Honda is getting tortured with the guy. I think Zangief is whipping his ass with these.
That's
whips.
not Zangief. That's some other guy.
I am the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, darling.
And Honda just has no expression, and the score at this point plays like a little Hawaiian down every time he gets whacked, and he keeps breaking these bigger and bigger whips. And I thought the joke was, oh, he's a sumo wrestler, he's so fat that he can't feel it. But then afterwards he kind of winces and explains that no, because he's sumo, he knows how to separate his mind from his body, so he was able to take his body was taking the punishment. But that was quite funny, the way they kept it.
Sumo wrestlers do weird things, don't they? Don't they stick their bollocks up into their body or something?
Yeah,
oh.
I've heard they suck their bollocks right up.
Oh God!
Bring tears to your eyes.
If Goro in the Mortal Kombat universe had learned that, he might have lasted a bit longer than these.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Hey,
stuck his arms in as well.
Yeah, probably
crossover there.
4 bollocks.
He probably got 4 bollocks. That's why he was so fucking sore.
Did anyone else notice the line where Van Damme said, "Captain Sawada, I'm counting on you"? For the fact that it sounded like he said, "Captain Sawada, I'm cunting on you," because of his accent. If you go and listen to it again.
Captain Sawada, I'm counting on you.
I swear, when I heard it, I was like, "You what?" Oh yeah, I'm counting.
Nice beaver.
The other bit that struck me was odd is when they were in the espionage boat and Van Damme puts on like a home video of something of his mate. Do you remember that?
Yeah. He sticks a tape in there that he's got with him.
Yeah, why is he doing that? They're on a mission and we're almost there. I'll put the home video on it.
He's feeling sentimental because he's already decided he's going to shoot him when he sees him. He's got, no doubt I'll have to put him out of his misery when I get there. By the way, I don't think we're going to have spoiler territory for this. You can't spoil this movie. It's unspoilable.
No, there's no spoilers.
I wanted to ask Grandad if you spotted any, because I was really expecting there to be loads, any Street Fighter kind of Easter eggs and things. The only one I think I saw was when Bison is attacking the boat with the countermeasures. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's doing it on a set of Street Fighter arcade machine controls. Do you remember that bit?
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a shot of it when it comes down and he's got like a joystick and the buttons.
That rings a bell for me. There's something weird.
And I thought, that's obviously the arcade controls. But that was the only thing. Like I expected a really obvious shot of, I don't know, a bar and it'd be the Street Fighter machine in the back. Or someone would
the only
open
Easter
a
egg I
locker.
saw was that they do have a bit where it's like a computer game and
Bison's got the arcade.
trying to kill him like a computer game. Yeah. But they've already made it clear that these are mines that are proximity sensors, so he's not actually doing anything.
No.
This is definitely an old man that's made this film that doesn't understand what computer games are.
And it's interesting that bit with Bison, because they could have gone for, and it would be a really geeky reference, but the colours are wrong, so they could have gone with the Street Fighter button layout of being red, white and blue, because I think they're like green, and then they're all different colours. But, Mr. Tech, there is a very random shot of someone opening a barrel, and the top of the barrel says Capcom.
Yes, I saw that. I did see that.
And also,
big barrel of Capcom in there.
And then you start to realise about halfway through the film, people start changing into their Street Fighter outfits at random. And I think at one point, even DJ gets questioned on it, and he gets asked, "Why have you changed?" And he doesn't really give any real answer. But everyone starts to, because Chun-Li goes into, I think, a red outfit, which is one of her.
That's part of her disguise somehow, isn't it? She gets the incredibly hot out. I was quite happy when she put the pants on.
E Honda as well has his top because it's
Honda
whipped
suddenly
off.
has his top whipped off.
That's quite
And
smart.
I think Balrog suddenly comes out with boxing gloves on.
Yeah.
It's like, hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute. Are you telling me then that this film actually is like a Street Fighter origin story film? And from here on in, they're the fighting crew, and then they go on off and have street fights.
Wow.
Is it done a really clever thing
with
here?
an absolute minimum of effort, they could have set it up like that at the end, but they don't.
And
they had that incredibly cheesy shot at the end when they all struck a pose, as if to say, they're in that game you play.
That final shot is yeah, that's
horrible.
piss poor. And weirdly, there's a similar one in Mortal Kombat, which has done a lot better.
This is one of the things about the film that struck me as odd, is that if they made this today, the execs would be falling over themselves for references and Easter eggs and
it'd be annoying.
Little,
Back then, the studios were full of old farts who didn't fucking understand. As long as we make it Street Fighter, the kids aren't going to care. They're not going to understand that you have to put.
They do have that reference right at the end with Guile doing 2 flash kicks. It's when it's shot from. It keeps cutting when he does those ridiculous flips. Van Damme at the end. I don't know if you clocked that, but that is a reference to Guile's specific hold down 2 seconds up and like a flash kick.
There was no pointless scene of anyone smashing up a car for no reason.
Yes,
I was convinced that they would. Yeah, the mini game where you smash up the car. They could have had a great gag on that where, I don't know, someone's doing it in the training yard and they're just smashing up a car and someone could just ask him, what are you doing?
Yeah, they could be doing a training session.
I don't know.
They're beating up
I don't know, just some goofy,
Yeah.
Anyway, very odd.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Well, also, they do strange things like Sagat's eye patches on his right eye in the game, but it's left in the movie.
Bloody hell.
Oh.
That's like an anti-Easter egg. That's something you've picked up that
Well,
only a fan will pick up, but it's not actually accurate.
Yeah.
An outrage.
Grandad, who's your preferred Street Fighter character?
I would often pick Ryu or Guile, to be fair.
Okay.
Were they better? Are they actually better to have or easier to win with?
So I suppose some moves are easier, like with Blanca, all you have to do is hit the buttons really quickly and they'll do the electricity.
I think that's why I chose Blanca all the time.
Yeah. And same with E Honda, you just hammer the punch.
Yeah, and I used to be Honda as well. He's my other one.
Yeah.
I noticed that I managed to get him going electric and then I couldn't
That's
do it.
Yeah. Just hammering the button.
What are you playing? Tomb Raider 3. She's drowning.
Zangief has some good lines in this.
That's a
he
really
mentions at the beginning.
Yeah.
The bit when they're watching some stupid thing about a lorry coming towards him and he says, quick change channel.
It's the news report saying that, they're now descending on Bison's lair. It's like, quick change channel.
Yeah. And it also becomes clear that he thinks Bison's a really good guy. Because DJ says, why are you working for Bison? And DJ went, because he pays me a stack of money. And Zangief says, you're getting paid?
He gets a lot of the best lines, Sanjay.
He does actually, yeah.
The one other Van Damme line. I'm curious, Grandad, if you had any what your Van Damme highlights might have been. But there was the other line that he said, which again I feel like it was written knowing that it's going to sound crap. He says,
And I'm going to kick that son of a bitch Bison's ass so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it.
That's not how kicking someone's ass works. You can't kick one person's ass and make someone else feel it. That doesn't work.
I know, but that's why you say it.
It's good. It's not my favourite.
So, what would your Van Damme highlights be? Because I know you're a massive Van Damme fan.
The classic, which is the before bit, is even classic. So it is when Simon Callow just randomly turns up to literally say that they're prepared to negotiate with M. Bison and they will just pay the ransom of 20 billion. And then Van Damme obviously doesn't decide to do that. And he does that classic speech where he then says, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me, is genius for me. And that is the
I feel like
that's
that speech is like your dream, isn't it? You dream of being in the crowd when he's saying that, because you would be like, yes, I'm going with you, Jean-Claude, I'm going.
And it's just made even better that 2 minutes before, it's, we're just going to pay him. We're going to pay him 20 billion in 1994.
Yeah. Also, that's not how the United Nations work, and I know it's not the United Nations, it's the Allied Nations. They're a lot harder.
Yeah.
There's a bit when Simon Cowell's right, no, they didn't all leave, and then it cuts back to just the cook in the middle of an empty base, which is quite smart.
Yeah.
This isn't the worst film I've ever seen.
No. They should put that on the DVD cover. All right. Should we do pick of the cast and so on? Who wants to go first? We should have a guest going first. Did you want to go first, Grandad, or Mr. Tech can show you the rope? You go first, Mr. Tech. You show Grandad the process.
Hey, everybody, an old man's talking.
Grandpa's the name.
Sure, I think my pick of the cast for this movie is Raul Julia. I think it has to be. Every scene he was in, he made it watchable, and I think he delivered his kind of Austin Powers villain shtick with a lot of plum. And yeah, especially that scene where he's trying to woo Chun-Li as she tells him how he murdered her father.
Yeah.
I thought he just came across really good in that. I loved him in that. So yeah, I think it's going to be him. My magic moment is a moment we've not mentioned actually. Blanca has been rescued from the weird kind of cerebral injection pod, and we all know that Van Damme has snuck into there, and Bison is at the point where he's trying to raise up what he thinks is going to be Blanca to then come and feast on the hostages, and the doors of this pod open, and it cuts to a long shot, and you can clearly see this wire pulling a stuntman as if it's Jean-Claude Van Damme doing this massive flying, jumping kick at this pod, and he just goes, hi-ya! And you get a shot. It cuts to the shot of him coming towards you. That's my magic moment, because it was just so Van Damme, like, fake.
Yeah.
And I with all respect to Van Damme fans, Grandad especially, I like him. I don't mind him, but there's something about him that's very cheesy, and that shot just summed it up. Like him flying out of this pod on a wire, going hi yeah, and just doing a kick because that's all he can do. I did enjoy chunks of it. I laughed more than I thought I would, but for lack of usage of the wealth of material in the game, and for not really being about fighting much, I'm going to give it 2 stars. So
okay, that's fair. It reminds me of another film where you've got a really terrible film with one guy playing the bad guy and putting everything into it and doing a really good performance. Is Frank Langella
More than what?
Masters of the Universe? You ever seen that? The Cannon film.
Oh no, I've heard he's
terrible film, but Frank Langella is really good at Skeletor. It's a bit like that.
Right.
He's great in this, I think. All right, Grandad. Pick the cast.
Yeah, I am a huge Van Damme film, but this is not my favourite Van Damme film. Clearly, Raul Julia does absolutely shine through in this film.
Yeah.
As much as Van Damme makes me laugh in it, it's not enough for me to say that would be my pick. And I agree with Mr. Tech. He really relishes being the bad guy. It is really poignant, isn't it, that you know that this is his last film, and I believe he did it because his children or grandchildren really loved the game Street Fighter. So he wanted that memory for them to do the film.
I think he knew he was dying at this point, right? I don't think he.
Yes, absolutely. The magic moment for me is just when, Simon Callow turns up, says to Guile, "Please don't, carry on invading or going to M. Bison. We are going to negotiate. We are going to pay the 20 billion." And then Van Damme does the classic speech, which I am sure is not meant to be amusing in the slightest. But I tell you what, I could watch that scene over and over. Just the way it's delivered, the who wants to go home and who wants to go with me.
You do realise, Grandad, if I'm ever visiting you now and we're deciding what to do, and there's a choice to go somewhere, I'm gonna give you that speech, and I'm gonna phrase it as we could go home, or you could come to the pub with me. Are you coming to the pub with me, or are we going home?
Yeah, absolute class.
Are you going to Weatherspoons with me, or are you going to go home?
Yeah, that's great. And for that, I have also scored it 2 out of 5.
Okay. All right. All right. What about you, Joe?
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
That bit where Raul Julia's saying about, for me, it was a Tuesday, is the best bit for me.
Yeah, it's an amazing line. It's a great line.
Really, really good. 2 stars.
Wow. Okay. This is slightly surprising. So my pick of the cast, Raul Julia is the best. I'm going to go with someone else.
Yeah.
I was going to pick Ming-Na Wen, but I feel like I'm getting... Like, everyone just is going to assume I'm going to pick the hottest woman every time. Because I do that a lot.
That's all right. You can go do that.
But she is really good. She is also incredibly hot. But I'm going to give it to Andrew Brynjarski. I think he's a lot of fun.
Is that Zangief?
Yeah. I think he's a lot of fun in this movie. It's not it's not good acting, but none of it's good acting apart from really what Raul Julia is doing. He's very funny. I just think he's all the best comedian. It's partly the role as written, but I think Brynjawski does a really good job with it. My magic moment is there's a bit where I'm trying to remember how it happens, but Zangief and Honda are fighting, and then they're fighting on top of the model of the city of Bison City, and we get the Godzilla sound effects. It looks like they're having a Godzilla fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I missed that.
That's pretty good.
I enjoyed this more than you three guys. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Last time I watched this, I gave it 2, but I just enjoyed it. I was just having a good time.
It's not awful.
No. If you go in expecting a good action film, the action is all crap. There's no good action in this. It only really works as a very hammy comedy. But I quite enjoyed it on that level this time around. Yeah, I'll give it 3 stars.
There's plenty of if you want to enjoy it on different levels. It's got that. Yeah.
It was 20 years ago. You hadn't promoted yourself to general yet. You were just a petty drug lord. You and your gang of murderers gathered your small ounce of courage to raid across the border for food, weapons, slave labor. My father was the village magistrate. A simple man with a simple code, justice. He gathered the few people that he could to stand against you. You and your bullies were driven back by farmers with pitchforks. My father saved his village at the cost of his own life. You had him shot as you ran away. A hero at 1,000 paces.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Our B movie today is Mortal Kombat from 1995, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
In each of us, there burns the fury of a warrior. In every generation, a few are chosen to prove it.
One of you 3 will decide the outcome of the tournament.
3 strangers will travel to the mystical realm of Outworld to defend our people against Shang Tsung.
You will die.
And his forces of darkness in an ancient tournament. One more victory.
Your soul is mine.
And our world is theirs.
It has begun!
You can't run from me, Shang!
I don't need to run.
Combat begins.
Nothing in this world has prepared you for this. For 9 generations, an evil sorcerer has been victorious in hand-to-hand battle against his mortal enemies. If he wins the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament, desolation and evil will reign over the multiverse together. Is there a multiverse in this? Bloody hell.
There is a multiverse in this, obviously.
Of course. To save Earth, 3 warriors must overcome seemingly insurmountable odds, their own inner demons, and superhuman foes in this action-adventure movie based on one of the most popular video games of all time.
I think you should do that again, but in Christophe Lambert's accent.
Christophe Lambert.
Both these films have got a mental Frenchman in them.
Yeah. Oh, no, one of them's Belgian.
Belgium, yeah.
That's the most mental Frenchman of all. Is a Belgian.
It used to be called Mental France before they changed the name to Belgium.
Yeah. Decided to rebrand and you weren't getting any tourists.
Christopher Lambert's fucking ridiculous in this movie, but anyway.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of Christopher Lambert films on this podcast.
Yeah, it keeps coming back. Well, at least we expect it.
Sorry.
So, Mortal Kombat. This is a year after Street Fighter. This is the other game that I have a lot of experience of playing.
I've never played this game really. I don't have any experience of playing this game as far as I can remember.
Yeah, and that's why another reason this worked well for me as a B movie, because it was like the B game that I discovered. I think there was another arcade machine in the same place that got popped up next to Street Fighter 2, and then we all went to that. Because it came a little bit later, didn't it? And had slightly better graphics, didn't it, than Street Fighter 2?
Yeah, it's digitised, yeah.
The one I remember around this time was a game called Pit Fighter in the arcades. Was that around about this time? And that was almost like, it had kind of like a realistic kind of like movement to it. It was good, I remember Pit Fighter.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, this was the various technological enhancements taken to the fighting genre, wasn't it? Because Mortal Kombat was, I want to say rotoscoped, but I don't know if I'm getting that right. But the technique of capturing the actors is one of the first.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this was probably one of the first times this was done in a video game. I think it was one of the reasons it had such a big impact, wasn't it? Because with the blood effects, it caused a bit of an outrage, at least in the British press, Mary Whitehouse department.
Blood.
Bilge, childishly brutal,
and bits of sick.
And whereas, Pit Fighter, I remember that took it one stage further, I think, where they actually videoed people. So it probably looked a bit crap in comparison. More realistic, but actually not what you want from a game.
It was so violent, it actually is the reason why game ratings occurred.
Really? Mortal Kombat?
It's the ESRB rating, so Entertainment Software Rating Board. If you watch a lot of gaming documentaries and things, you will always see a clip with a serious-looking chap holding up a copy of Mortal Kombat and how terrible they are for children and things.
How would you like to have a teenage daughter go out on a date with someone who's just watched or played 3 hours of that game?
From my cold, dead hands.
But it basically did pave the way for games needing to be rated because of their violent nature.
Okay.
And I mean, personally, I've got good memories of Mortal Kombat, and in particular, I am old enough, hence why I'm Grandad, to remember when the Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine was new, and literally when I went to our local amusement arcades and things, there were people, it was just like a movie, people were just literally crowded around the arcade machine, watching it in awe, because the arcade machine was bold, it was brash, it was loud, and everyone was just like, what on earth is this game?
Yeah.
And I've got very strong kind of memories of that, because it was a big, like Mr. Tech said, it's a big shift in how games were made using real actors and real gore and real blood. And that's why it caused so much controversy on consoles.
Yeah, but before that, the whole idea that games could be violent didn't even enter the imagination, because it's just on a screen.
Yeah.
At some point, it becomes, there's so many sprites that it becomes realistic.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because there was blood in Street Fighter 2, wasn't there? Wasn't that? It was like seen as reasonably violent, but still looked a bit 2D and cartoony.
I don't think there was.
Wasn't it?
I think this is one of the things with Mortal Kombat is a few red splotches, and that was enough to suddenly make it worth a moral panic about.
But plus, didn't Mortal Kombat have you like ripping the spines out and shit, or is that later on?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, he did do that. Yeah.
Fatalities and things. It introduced lots of quite horrific ways of killing people off. And when it got to Nintendo consoles, they didn't have any blood, and the Sega Mega Drive version did, with an unlock code. So they shipped more copies because everyone wanted to unlock the gore.
Oh,
But
right. Wow.
Nintendo were very PC and no, we can't. I think they might have just had. I think they got rid of it altogether, or they just made it a different color, but it wasn't gory at all.
Yeah, it's funny how blood has that in because the same thing happened in movies, but like 20 years earlier when Peckinpah, I think it was. I mean, in Japan they've been doing it for a while, but you go back and watch Japanese films and stuff like in Satoichi, the sort of first half of the Satoichi films, the earlier ones. Like, there's never any blood. He's like constantly killing people with the sword, and there's never any blood. But you watch something like Lone Wolf and Cub, and blood is spurting out in fountains.
Yeah.
But like in America, I think it was Peckinpah that kind of did it first, wasn't it? With the Wild Bunch, wasn't that the big deal?
What year was that?
69, I think.
It was probably about Bonnie and Clyde first.
Might have been Bonnie and Clyde first, yeah.
Yeah, so about 67, wasn't it? Yeah.
But it's like there can be depictions of people being killed brutally, but if there's no blood, it's odd how we must just be hard coded. That shocks us more.
Bloody fuck you, bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch, you bloody fuck you fucking bloody bastard.
Yeah, and like any controversy, obviously Midway, the people who made Mortal Kombat, they loved it because obviously that's a big marketing hook, isn't it? So it shifted bucket loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny as well if you take a look at the latest Mortal Kombat game, which confusingly is called Mortal Kombat 1, which I think it came out in 2023. I think the violence and the gore in this game is just on another level. Like, obviously the characters look a lot more realistic, and when they do finishes, so that someone's spine is ripped out or whatever, it kind of zooms in on the character and almost takes you through their bodily tissues to show you the spine being wrenched out. It's just an avalanche of gore, and it's far more realistic. It's so over the top, showing you internal injuries happening as you're inflicting these finishes.
But that's
and
like
things. But no one bats an eyelid. There's no, it doesn't even register. You know?
The paradigm shifted, so that's not as much of a game changer compared to whatever came before than this one was. Having blood where there's no blood, that's a much bigger step up. That reminds me, though, the way you're describing it, though, makes it sound like... Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie, the one from a few years ago?
I haven't yet. No, I've got it to watch in my pile of Blu-rays, and I've heard it is quite good.
It's American. Speaking American ratings, it was R-rated, so they decided to go for an R rating, and it is gory as fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that was the big criticism of this film, is that it wasn't gory enough.
Yeah, it's not. In fact, until you guys started talking about all the blood and everything in the game, I'd forgotten that it was really that violent a game, because I haven't played it since I was a kid, and my main tether to it is probably this film, which I've seen a couple of times.
That's the thing as well, isn't it? So there is a, like we said previously a little, so Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, the character, was supposed to be Van Damme. So they wanted to digitize Van Damme. But he said no, he wasn't interested. So that's why they've made Johnny Cage look a little bit like Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the idea.
And then obviously, like we said, he went off to make Street Fighter the movie instead of this movie. And then, ironically, Street Fighter the movie got made into its own arcade game, which used digitized graphics like Mortal Kombat.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
This is Paul W.S. Anderson, your old mate, Joe.
My old mate, yep. He went to my uni, like 2 years above. We went to see them filming Event Horizon.
Where we're going, we won't need eyes to see.
I remember, a long time ago. I remember.
And I think that he'd made this before Event Horizon.
Yeah, this is his second film. The year before, he'd made a film called Shopping,
which I've still never seen.
It's rubbish.
Is it rubbish? Oh, it got a lot of attention. This is why he got this film, obviously.
Yeah, it's very of its time now. It was probably seen as pretty cool stylistically when he made it, and it's got Jude Law in it, which must have been before he was.
Yeah, must have been. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Shopping, and then he straight away did this, and this was a huge hit, I think, because I think he did Event Horizon after it, and they'd offered him some other big things, and he'd said no because he wanted to do something more violent than what he'd done before. He felt like Mortal Kombat was too much like a kids movie, and he didn't want to get pegged as a kids movie guy or something like that.
Well, Event Horizons can be pretty hardcore a bit.
Yeah, it certainly was in its first cut. They had to take a lot of the gore out of it.
Yeah, true. And there was supposed to be some big stars in this. Not only Jean-Claude Van Damme, but Sean Connery was the first choice for Raiden.
Really?
Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
He had to apparently walk around too much.
All the things I do for England.
Wow.
So they went for Christophe Lambert instead.
Lambert.
The French god of thunder.
He looks like Gandalf in his dressing gown in this movie. It's not
Young
quite.
Gandalf.
Your love of the halfling's leaf has clearly slowed your mind.
So should we talk about the cast?
Yeah.
We've got Robin Shue. Why does Robin Shue sound familiar to me? He plays Liu Kang.
I've seen him in
Is he been
Tiger
Hong Kong
Cage 2.
Oh, he's in the Line of Duty 3. Okay, so he is a Hong Kong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got good hair.
Wonderful mullet.
Yeah.
Lustrous, I would even say.
I realised I'd seen him in something, and it was Tiger Cage 2, I think it was, which is very good.
And fair play for getting him in there as well as the lead as well, because I'm sure there was a lot of pressure to hire someone that wasn't just a Hong Kong guy.
Yeah, yep. We've got Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage.
Yeah, Lyndon Ashby is nobody, but actually I quite like him in this.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good in this. Bridget Wilson, who became Bridget Wilson Sampras.
Yeah, she's shit.
Did she marry
Pete Sampras?
She married Pete Sampras, I think. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
In 2000. Yeah.
She's awful. Loads of people were up for this role, and apparently Cameron Diaz pulled out at the last minute. She injured herself.
Wow. God.
Imagine this had been pre Ace Ventura, Cameron, or pre The Mask, sorry.
Pre The Mask.
Yeah. She and Ace Ventura. Okay.
Imagine how hot Cameron Diaz was there, pre The Mask. And also Dina Meyer, her name, from Starship Troopers, was also up for it.
Okay.
All of whom can act. Bridget Wilson.
The three leads in this are not big names at all.
No. But they all acquit themselves actually quite well, whereas Sonia less so. Sorry, she is one of the leads, you mean.
Christophe Lambert, we mentioned. Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa plays Shang Tsung.
Who also played Heihachi in the Tekken film.
Okay.
Is it Heihachi?
Yeah.
He is in License to Kill.
He is in License to Kill with
Talisa Soto, isn't she in License to Kill?
She is in License to Kill. She plays Lupe in License to Kill.
Oh, yeah.
So she turns up in this. Trevor Goddard, good B-movie guy. Died way too young.
Is he Kano?
When he was 41. He's Kano, yeah.
Oh, God, 41. Bloody hell.
Yeah. I know him from Deep Rising. I've seen some real B, C grade movies with him in it. He's always good value.
Yeah.
Good fun. I don't know if there's anyone else to mention that I would necessarily... Oh, Peter Jason turns up. A very frequent John Carpenter guy as Master Boyd. I think he's in the beginning of the film.
Who does he play?
Master Boyd, but I'm trying to remember what... I remember seeing him in the film going, it's Peter Jason, but it's quite early on, and he doesn't come back into it.
There's the Frank Welker.
Frank Welker.
He's the voice of the Emperor, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Frank Welker, who, of course, is the voice of everyone.
Frank Welker, yeah. Yeah, I think he's got more credits. Doesn't he have the world record for number of credits or something?
I think he's also... I'm sure I looked this up. He's got, again, the most credits for the most money made from his films, if you include volume.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Maybe. It depends how you grade it.
Yeah.
Of course, these things are complicated. It's definitely got a tournament background in it. So
this is Enter the Dragon, isn't it? Really?
Yes. And in fact, it's got the same fight director as Enter the Dragon.
Does it?
Is it Pat H. Robertson or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah. He also did the Karate Kid films.
It must be a reference to Enter the Dragon when they turn up on the island and Johnny Cage has got about 6 suitcases. That's exactly
like yeah. He is the John Saxon in this group. Yeah.
Is there a plot in this film? Why are they on the island?
Yeah. Listen, if they lose 10 of these in a row, Earth loses.
So they're saying a Mortal Kombat is only like a Kinjite. It's like a... Sorry, not a Kinjite.
Yeah. And everyone has to be mortal unless they're not from Earth, and then they can be immortal or whatever.
Okay.
And you have to use either like martial arts or weapons or just magic or something.
Okay, none of this makes any sense to me. They keep talking about an emperor, but
there's an emperor.
It doesn't turn up, does he?
Yeah, he turns up right at the end.
Right at the end.
Is that the bit right at the... Oh my god, that is terrible. We'll get to that, but fucking hell. So Shang Tsung is holding this thing on his island.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we've got...
He's a sorcerer who appears also to be immortal.
Yeah, so he's got... Very similar to Enter the Dragon. He's got a bunch of henchmen. He's got all these guys come in and they're going to have these fights. And he's got Goro, who's the four-armed dude. Bit like Bolo Yeung in Enter the Dragon again, the way they use him here. But
he doesn't have 4 arms.
No, apart from the 4 arms and the 4 bollocks.
Yeah.
Although Bolo Yeung probably does have 4 bollocks.
Shove that up your bollocks!
Yeah, and fuck, I struggled with this movie this time around, I've got to say.
Have you seen this more than once as well?
Yeah, I've seen it before, and I think I gave it 3 stars, but I sort of went the other way this time, thinking, Jesus.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I felt the opposite, because the plot's barely there.
True. That's okay.
But from the start, when it was clearly going to set itself up as just a series of fights, I was a lot happier, because it staged them quite well throughout the duration, where you'd get these matchups, and I scrolled down various verses. You had Sonya versus Kano, which was an absolutely crap fight. Scorpion versus Kano, etc. They had a lot of...
Because Sonya can't fight or act.
But the fights are wrong shit. Are there any good fights in there?
There's loads of good fights. I think that's very unfair, Rob.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I think there is.
That is unfair.
Yeah, I think Khan's fights are all great. I think,
when Scorpion fought Cage, that was very good, because they were fighting and then somehow they got pulled into some weird dimension, and it was that room that had all the ladders and the scaffolding and like cobwebs and there.
Yeah,
if you
I like
that scene alone,
that set's amazing. I really liked that set.
Yeah, that was beautifully shot, and that's what I liked about this from the offset, is that it really went hard on the kind of fantasy imagery. There was some very nice... There were a few cheesy 90s CGI effects with, Reptile. But there were also... I didn't think it was that
bad. Yeah.
No, it wasn't as bad as they can be.
They must have made different effect houses for Goro. How did they do Goro? Goro looks great.
Goro was excellent.
Yeah.
Apparently cost $1 million and didn't work very well. And was...
It wasn't all animatronic. It must have been some CGI, wasn't it? Goro? No?
I don't think that was. He looked like a prosthetic.
It didn't look like it. Yeah,
this is either very good CGI for 95.
It was a very expensive, and they could not do a lot of the scenes they wanted to do with them.
Whereas that that invisible lizard thing.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's terrible. And the shots of it zooms up into the castle and stuff, just extremely shoddy.
I felt differently then, because the way the film started with that scene of Liu Kang. It was Liu Kang, and it was like the end of the last combat, and it was staged in a very sort of fantasy. I sensed then that I'm probably going to enjoy this, because it had enough of that kind of 90s, 80s fantasy style effects, and it lent into that quite heavily. Like early on, to me, it felt like this was kind of a Hong Kong horror fighting action movie. It had enough of that.
I'm with Mr. Tech on this. Yeah, from that moment I thought, this feels like a Hong Kong film. And actually felt a lot more modern. I really enjoyed this.
Because I kept thinking, it struck me watching this, because you're saying they're good fights, but I was thinking, if they just got a Hong Kong crew to make this, like if it was a Hong Kong film, which it was never going to be, they could have drafted in a lot of Hong Kong talent to do it, directors, get Sammo Hung to choreograph it, all that. I think we'd be talking about great fights.
Yeah, true enough. And there's a lot of cutting in the fights, but I think the fights are good, especially the stuff with Kang.
I think, to me, this film only makes sense if you do it as a proper Hong Kong martial arts film. Exactly the same plot, or lack thereof. That's all fine with the imagery, but at least make the fights really good. I don't know. I think compared to... it should be a martial arts film.
It is, and I think it mostly is.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, because I don't think it shies away from... It is just, like the game. Let's just have a tournament. Let's have a ruck of fights. Let's have some ridiculous nods to some of the references to fatalities. You've got things like Scorpion and his come here and throwing out his... All that is fan service to the game, but I loved all that.
Yeah.
And it's, actually. And even things like... And I think it was the CGI did look a bit obvious at times, but then it is an old film. But
I was a more forgiving that maybe I would have been at the time.
Yeah, but even the things where it's scrolling up, that is like the game. So that's as you've defeated the one person, you're moving up to the next. So it's trying to pay service too. Personally, that's why I really enjoyed it, because there's loads more fighting. It doesn't shy about it. I think I counted at least a dozen proper versus matches, at least.
Yeah, and there's plenty of good fighting all the way through it. I can't remember. It's not going to be up there with the best of the Shaw Brothers films.
Not even the mediocre Shaw Brothers films.
Yeah, but for Hollywood films. And apparently this is one of the first films to use wire work, I read on Wikipedia.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
in the West, that can't be as in...
Hollywood films.
In Hollywood, maybe, but...
Yeah, not in Hong Kong. No.
I do understand your perspective here, Rob, because I like the fights were frequent and from the perspective of being Mortal Kombat matchups, they were quite good, but I would agree that most of them weren't particularly great with choreography or skills. Johnny Cage can't do anything.
No.
Sonya can't do anything. The guy that plays
Johnny Cage isn't fake. Ali, come on.
Make it, don't fake it. Make it, don't take it. Make it, don't fake it.
When he's introduced and he's doing that fight and it shows that it's a film set, which, by the way, looks like it's being directed by Steven Spielberg. I don't know if that was
I think it was supposed to be. Yeah, it was supposed to be Spielberg and he can do it. Or he just saw the script and went, nah, I'm all right.
He does like a low sweep where he drops and sweeps, and it was the clunkiest thing.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And I do wish to a degree that they put more people in, like, what's his name? Robin
Shu.
Yeah, because he looked the part and he looked like he could probably fight
he was
and have some proper skills. But the Westerners they put in these things can never do anything. They just... Watching Sonya Blade fight, that fight. She hasn't even got a tight fist. There's no...
I didn't know about all that.
It's just crazy. when they can't,
the sloppy fist. Bridget Wilson.
My cold dead hands.
When they can't do anything, they just get them to do back swinging kicks because it looks like they're doing something. Because they swung their leg round or they acrobatic.
It's just before Hollywood really understood, like all the Hollywood studios finally understood that Hong Kong guys are the guys who know how to do action and fight.
Which is what? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, plus John Woo coming over.
Yeah, when was I remember seeing Bourne Identity. That was what, 97, I think. And Matt Damon's fight scenes in that, I remember being really wowed by them, but he's just doing really simple Hong Kong style acting.
That's all you need. Yeah.
And it just looked, at that time, it looked amazing because it was...
Who directed that one? That wasn't Doug Liman, was it?
Yeah, that was Doug Liman, the first one.
Was that Doug Liman?
Yeah.
First one, maybe two.
No, then Paul Greengrass took over.
Greengrass, yeah, I knew it was after that, yeah.
But yeah, so this is just before they started doing it. And it just reminds me of a lot of... It's the 90s version of Hollywood fights, for me. But I agree, as an adaptation of the game... If you're going to judge it on that, it's so much better than Street Fighter. It is actually...
I honestly think this was only a year after Street Fighter came out, but honestly, this feels decades away.
Yeah.
Because Street Fighter seems slow and old-fashioned. This seems modern. Everything is dynamic. I love the camera work in this. I honestly think Paul Wes Anderson, as I'm going to call him.
Paul Wes.
It's not a bad director. I think he's actually really good in this. I think he really loves the material in this and he wants to get on. Everything's dynamic. The soundtrack in this, we need to talk about the music in this. Boom, it's all techno and rock. It's insanely late 90s.
Yeah.
This whole, or mid 90s, whatever. It sounds and looks great, and it's really kind of percussive, the whole thing. I really enjoyed this.
I think Paul W.S. Anderson is a really talented director and visually has a lot of ideas and that kind of things. But this bit, I was watching this thinking, this is like a Saturday morning, the kind of Saturday morning cartoons they used to put together to sell toys to kids.
Yes.
Just selling.
Yes.
Absolutely. To me. It's like it's product.
I'm not going to argue with that at all.
Yeah, and I just don't think it looks that great. But I think I always try to be really indulgent of like old CGI because I'm like I'm totally indulgent of shithouse effects in a Hammer horror film because they're of their time. But I don't
mind
know
the effects in this, but I think it's because it mixed it up with the proper special effects. They've got wire work, they've got animatronics as well. This isn't just CGI and that's it.
Yeah, they could have got rid of that whole fucking lizard. Every time that came on, it was like, oh man.
Yeah, that lizard was terrible.
I'm a lizard king. I can do anything.
Yeah, it did stick out a bit. That
can't have even looked good in '95.
Yeah, that was very much. What's the word? What's one? American Werewolf in Paris. That whole bit.
I feel like this film is straddling two eras of effects, though. It's not the '90s CGI overload hasn't really kicked in, where you had things like, is it Mimic, where there's a CGI beast and that in every shot. You started to get films where the monster for every shot was just CGI plastered onto the frame.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looked awful.
And I hated it.
There was still effects in this that had, I'm not sure what the technique is called, but where they've literally drawn like lightning onto the frames, and you have.
Oh yeah, I really like that in this. Yeah,
it was definitely straddling two eras, and with the prosthetic Goro looking actually quite good. I didn't mind that.
Goro looks good.
He looked a bit clunky because it made him seem more of a beast.
I loved the mixture of this. I really enjoyed having all these different special effects in it. I think it's a real special effects movie, and I could really tell the director liked directing this. He was trying to shove everything in. It doesn't quite work, but yeah, I like this a lot more than Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but we lose villains like really early. Kano dies like 50 minutes in. Kano and Scorpion are gone really early. And then Goro dies. Like, there's still half an hour to go, I think, when Goro dies.
Scorpion comes back. Isn't that the nature of
yeah, briefly
a fighting film, especially a stupid one like this?
I would have expected Kano to hang around a bit longer.
The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. The idea that you have to get human people to go and fight people with 4 arms and they can do magic is
people
absolutely.
No, but that's okay.
What's going on? What are we doing here? What's going on?
That's okay. I don't like that.
You'd think if there was anyone that was going to be great at hanging onto a cliff ledge and surviving, it would be someone with 4 arms, but he ends up plummeting to his death.
Exactly. Find 3 more grabbing
it's
holes.
very Goro's death is very anticlimactic. I do love the bit where is it Johnny Cage punches him in the balls?
Yes, it is Johnny Cage.
I mean, that's really great. Yeah. It then gets ruined by it cutting to Christopher Lambert going, yes.
No, I like that. I actually really like Christopher Lambert.
Look it up from under his fucking.
Well, listen,
hat.
if you're not liking Christopher Lambert in this, Rob, you're not going to like the film. No. I think that's what it hinges on. I loved Christopher Lambert in this. Yeah, absolutely. He was hamming it up like crazy. The French God of War. Sorry, the French God of Thunder. Amazing. I thought he was brilliant in this. I loved him.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think the sets are really great. I love that sort of where they go into that hell dimension and there's all the blood and cobwebs and shit like that.
Yeah.
Looks really cool. All the real stuff looks good. And I really like Johnny Cage. I like that character. I like the actor as well.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Quite funny.
And really not been much else.
No, very little. But I think he's quite good in this. He's a really cut-rate Tom Cruise or something a little bit. But
yeah, I thought
they wanted to get either Tom Cruise or Johnny Depp to do this. I'm thinking that's a bit more difficult than Sean Connery.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
I don't want to rain on everyone's parade. It's good that you liked it. I feel like I'm bringing everyone down because I didn't like it.
Tell Rob how great this film is.
Yeah.
We can compare it quite well with Street Fighter from the criteria of how well does it adapt the game, which we started off talking about Street Fighter with, I think, because, as I mentioned earlier, like the fact that you do at least have a number of one-on-one duels as you would in the game, they set that up quite nicely, and I think fans of the game would have appreciated those matchups. The use of the little catchphrases like "finish him" and "flawless victory" were neat, although they said flawless victory about 4 times, but only one of them was actually a flawless victory. Like,
is that what they were saying?
Flawless victory.
I didn't pick up on
Yeah,
that
they
at all.
used it.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They used flawless. The first time you hear it is when Shang Tsung gets Sub-Zero to kill like a random henchman. And that's fair enough. That was a flawless victory because the other guy didn't even touch him. But later on, he used it.
But that doesn't even count. That's not even part of the Kumite, is it? Beating a henchman to death.
Well, no. But the point was, if you kill someone else and you didn't lose any health on your health bar,
okay.
But the other times that he used it, that's not what happened. They actually fought, and the other guy took some blows. I don't know why they kept doing that. I liked Grandad mentioned. I appreciated the scene, although the CGI looked quite bad. The scene with Scorpion when he's firing the little thing out of his hand that pulls you towards him, and he's doing the "get over here" and it was getting a bit silly. The way every line he was saying in that voice, like "get over here," "get back here," and I was imagining the next
that
one
didn't
would be
sound like him speaking.
Your dinner's ready.
I don't know who was doing that voice.
Washing up?
I had assumed that was dubbed in afterwards. I think, no, we need a voice to explain what this guy's wanting because it sounded like it had been done from another room, which I had. But
is that the one? Is it Scorpion who pulls his face off and then he's just a skull? But the skull,
yes, but I think that is the reincarnated Scorpion in the Outworld.
Right. Is that okay? So is that the one where so what happens here? This was very confusing and looked really shoddy. Where the camouflage lizard thing gets like swallowed up by the torso cage statue monster things.
Well, you've gone right into the most difficult part of the film to explain. Because I have no idea what happened.
And it turns into Scorpion at that point.
That was Reptile, wasn't
That's
it?
Reptile, though, yeah.
Reptile is the character that looks like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but it's got the green uniform.
Oh, okay.
The three of them have the same kind of aesthetic.
I didn't know that. I thought there was only 2 of them.
And
I think I'm mixing them up with the Action Force figures, which is in America, was it G.I. Joe?
Like Snake Eyes.
Was it not a Snake Eyes and someone else? It looks like Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes was the ninja.
And did not have someone with different colours?
Reptile's a hidden character, isn't he? And then, he would often present as a green Scorpion Sub-Zero, the same suit. But you could, in the game, you could then, with ridiculous button presses, you could morph him into any other character. Hence Reptile, like chameleon changing.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I think he's from Mortal Kombat 2 in game lore. But that's... And also, I don't know if you noticed, Mr. Tech, you've also got little things like, I noticed Liu Kang's ridiculous bicycle kick was in there. It goes across
when he
the
flies
screen.
through the air.
Yeah. That's one of Liu Kang's special moves in the game.
Yep.
There you go. There's your wire work.
Yeah.
Your Hong Kong wire work.
Yeah, but Jean-Claude Van Damme had done it a year before, coming out of that thing.
That's what I was wondering when you mentioned him flying out there. Was that wire work?
Yeah, it was. You can see the wire in Street Fighter.
Okay, man. Maybe Paul W.S. Anderson invented decent wire work. In Hollywood.
This movie has better action than Street Fighter, I'll agree with that.
It's got a lot better action and a lot better story as well.
Really? Story? There is no story in this film.
Yeah.
Story.
They've got to stop the baddies from winning.
Yeah. It's fine. That's as much as you need in the game, and that's it. You get on with the game, and you get on with the
I don't see that as a problem with the film, by the way. I'm not going. I'm like, it's got no plot. Like, I wouldn't expect the plot in a Mortal Kombat film.
And it's not very violent. I will give it that. But they did have to work to get it to a PG-13 rating in America, whatever it is. But I think it does that because it feels dynamic and it feels like it's got punches and it feels like people are getting fucked up. So I don't think that's a problem necessarily with it.
I think you guys are being very forgiving, but that's okay. you got to go into a movie like this with a lot of goodwill, and for whatever reason,
I honestly
had a
think
sense of humour failure while watching this.
I honestly think the soundtrack carried a lot of it through for
The
me.
soundtrack was very good.
This has got Utah Saints doing the Mortal Kombat theme in it.
Right.
This has got in the bit at the end. I like all the bits where the sorcerer, what's his name, Shang
Tsung.
Sucks up all the souls either through his eyes or whatever.
Yeah, sucks them down his eyeballs.
And when they all get released,
and Johnny Cage
start
says,
playing.
"No,
no."
It's got is it orbital that Halcyon?
It's
on
orbital Halcyon on, and I went, "Oh my god!"
Which also features in Hackers, doesn't it?
Hide the planet! Hide the planet! Shut up and get in the car! Hide the planet! Hide the planet!
I've got the soundtrack of Hackers. I'm sure it's on there. Yeah.
Oh, it's a fucking
great track. Yeah.
But actually, I loved all the music in this, and I've just got all the music down, and it's just. This is the director that understands what it's like to play these fighting games, that you want this kind of music. It's all kind of like ridiculous 90s techno and rock music. This is what you want when you're playing this kind of game. You're wanting an endorphin rush.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. That's what it feels like playing a game, this film.
Yeah.
They also kept to a minimum the amount of scenes of people firing guns and things. I remember that in Street Fighter. I forgot to mention it, but the whole chunk of that movie that's more like a kind of a military assault, and they're all this is about fighting. What's going on? This is a fighting movie.
I agree.
Fighters in the title. So the fact that this just stuck to here's some fighting, here's some fantasy, here's some monsters, here's a bit of plot. I think
a ridiculous plot going on.
Perhaps if I'd watched it on its own, I might have felt less inclined towards it. But I think after watching Street Fighter and then following it up with this, I was just, this is much better.
This is what the other one should have done. Yeah.
So Mortal Kombat wins the fight off for me. We'll have to see.
Funny the way you guys were talking about it, because when I last watched these two films, I watched them back to back. About I don't know. Actually, I can tell you, it was 2020, 5 years ago, and I definitely felt the way you guys did, that Street Fighter was just like, I had no patience for Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat, I was like, that was actually pretty good. But I've gone completely the other way this time, so I don't know.
Wow. Both of them have their plus points, and I suppose it depends on what you're wanting.
Yeah, it's what you take into it and what you're looking for.
Neither of them are awful films.
No, the fact that this one is a more faithful adaptation of the game is just something I don't really care that much. But it definitely is. I can see that it is. And Street Fighter is a woeful adaptation of the game. But I don't think
Mortal Kombat is not a game I've ever played, so that doesn't really
I don't think it's about being a faithful adaptation of the game. It's about being a faithful adaptation of the concept of a fighting game. Street Fighter isn't.
Street Fighter is not what are those games called? Like the one-on-one fight games. It's not one of those in film version. This is one of those in film version.
Fighting games.
Yeah. And that's the ultimate thing, really. It's not Street Fighter is not a fighting game. It's a Bond type war movie with a bit of, Whereas Mortal Kombat
it's like
felt
the whole thing is just like a throwaway game. Just make a Hollywood film like this. There we go.
Yeah.
It's a nothing film.
If I was going to use another way of comparing, have you seen the Super Mario movie?
Yes.
Which one?
The original one.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's another one. The new one. Have you seen the recent Super Mario movie?
Yeah.
I've just realised I haven't seen either of them, so no point in asking that question.
The original one.
I was going to say, whether you like that film or not, that does a very good job of being a Mario game on screen, because it's got platforming references, stuff. It's got Mario Kart stuff. It feels like a Mario game on screen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mortal Kombat felt enough like it's a bit like Mortal Kombat, the fighting game, whereas Street Fighter did not feel like.
It feels like
Street
Paul
Fighter.
Wes Anderson had actually played Mortal Kombat. I'm not sure Stephen E. D'Souza did.
I don't think so.
Yeah. And credit to D'Souza if he had the intention of going in a different direction and thinking, nah. But if you wanted or were curious what a Street Fighter fighting game movie would have been, you didn't really get it. You got something else that It wasn't awful, but I'd rather have the thing that looks a little bit like a Hong Kong movie.
I think for me, I actually enjoyed the cast in Street Fighter. Apart from Lyndon Ashby, I don't think I really liked anyone in this film. I didn't like Lambert. Because if you like Lambert, that's a big thing. If you enjoy
You didn't like Carrie...
He was okay. It was like nothing. He just was like sneering all the time.
I thought he was brilliant in this. Honestly,
really?
I thought he was fantastic. He is going to be my pick of the cast. I don't know his name. I cannot say his name, so I'll have to ask you.
Let's go into it. Joe, your pick of the cast is Kari Tagawa.
That guy. I thought he was brilliant in this. Even the way the guy points is brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic in this. He's so evil and he gets like soul sucked up into his eyeball.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I loved him.
Cool. Right. What's your magic moment?
You've jumped on me with the magic moments.
You jumped on the pick of the cast. There was a lot of energy for pick of the cast.
What is my magic moment?
Can't think of one.
Can anyone give me a...
I can't.
Can I give you my... I'm not going to give you my magic.
Give me your second favourite magic moment.
I struggle to have a second magic
I know,
moment,
the
which is funny, given that
the bit where the god comes up out of the building at the end and they all shape up to fight and then there's the end credits. That's what an amazing scene.
Maybe. Any other suggestions?
Look, you love this movie. You can't think of a good bit. Come on. Which bit did you like?
Yeah, you're overthinking it, Joe.
Think of a night.
I am overthinking it. You know what? I've got a magic moment in this, and it's down to even just one moment. It's when Goro, who's the guy with 4 arms, does that with his knuckles and cracks his knuckles with like his big fingers, his 3 fingers. And they're going, this guy's tough. Nobody who is human is going to be able to beat this guy. We haven't mentioned how much quipping there is in this film, which there wasn't.
There is.
Yeah. This feels more like an Avengers film, and the last one feels like everything's scripted. And I think that a lot of the lines in this were ad-libbed on scene from what I was reading.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Lyndon Ashby did a lot of good quips.
Most of them were his.
Right, well, that's impressive.
Like when the other guy, when Kang threw his suitcase into the sea, he went, thank God I didn't ask him to park the car. Apparently he made that up on the spot.
Yeah, okay.
And I would give this, I think, 4 out of 5.
Wow! Okay.
Generous?
Yeah, but hey, if you liked it...
I actually really enjoyed this.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I thought this was not bad at all. It was like a Hollywood version of the kind of like insane Hong Kong films we watch. It's not as good. I usually give them 5. Is it 4.5? Is 4 too generous?
No, stick with that.
Even by the end, when the Emperor popped up and they all like, let's get him. I was thinking,
it was like, yeah.
I still love this.
Sequel,
and then more cheap mid-90s techno, rolled up. Love
weird
it.
Coming from you. You're so anti all that 90s aesthetic most of the time. But for this truly shitty piece of 90s filmmaking, you give it 4 stars.
My problem with 90s aesthetic is it never fully committed to it. This fully commits to the 90s shitty aesthetic.
Okay, right. Nice. I'll buy that.
So I am all for it.
I'll buy that. Nice.
This is all in.
Cool. Who wants to go next? Grandad.
I don't mind. So I am often stuck in the 90s as Grandad.
I'm sorry, Morty. I know you're gonna say it's punching down, but I can't fight another one of these 90s style goofball supervillains. I'm not the fucking Tick.
So yeah, I had a blast with this. So my pick of the cast was Christopher Lambert for me.
Okay.
I think he's great in this. I haven't really spoken about him.
Yeah, at various points, I've counted at least 3 points that he just seems to randomly turn up with a gravelly voice and says, I don't think so. There is one genius bit where he does that and he points his finger and it's a huge close-up and he goes, I don't think so, and then laughs. And then it just cuts.
I don't think so.
And he does it at least 3 times.
Hang on, but there's a lightning at the end of his finger.
And there's lightning as well, isn't there?
Yeah, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, lightning, yes.
Yeah.
And that's just great. It's ridiculous. But that's great. So it's got to be my pick of the cast there. And I do have a magic moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I think we touched upon earlier. So that is the Johnny Cage fighting Scorpion that starts in the forest level. It's quite a classic level from Mortal Kombat 2. And It's got like trees and they've got faces in the trees and stuff. So I think that was a homage to that bit. But then, yeah, as it then goes into that kind of all those kind of ladders and kind of all orange and fire and hell, Scorpion rips off his mask and he actually does what's called a fire breath move in the game. But that's what they're trying to do in the movie. And I was just having a lot of fun with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
It just reminded me of the other bit I really liked, which we haven't talked about, with Sub-Zero, the other guy. That's basically the same as Scorpion, but different colours. And somebody throws a bucket of water at him.
Yeah,
that's right.
He pulls the intense cold out of his crotch.
Yes.
Which I don't know what that about his sexual prowess that he can do that.
The water becomes a big stalactite
spear, doesn't
or a big
it?
bosom.
So
I liked it. Very stupid, but I liked it.
I got confused by that because Princess Kitana told Liu Kang, "You use the element that brings life," and this was his secret to beating Sub-Zero. And thinking of video games and your elements, I was like, ice. He's going to beat him with fire. He's going to melt the ice guy. And I was really confused when he's water. Oh, you're going to fight the Iceman with water.
That's why you will never beat Sub-Zero.
Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
But I don't think you could beat Sub-Zero with an icicle. That doesn't make sense.
No.
He's ice already. What the fuck?
No,
I mean, you
works for me.
beat him with fire.
Give it a go. See what works.
So it's the last thing he'll expect.
Exactly.
Oh,
He'll be
maybe.
expecting fire.
But yeah, and I say the CGI, yeah, it is of its time, but I think unfair of me to judge that. But yeah, the way that scene just carried on, and it's got a ridiculous cheesy bit at the end where I think a photograph of Johnny Cage, a signed photo of Johnny Cage, it just comes into frame.
Saying to my biggest fan or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this film. I definitely saw it at the cinema. I've probably only seen it a couple of times since release. But as soon as those opening bars, started up, and like you said, Joe, it reminded me of the soundtrack. It's very intrinsically tied for me to the game, which I love. So yeah, that particular scene is
That's
great.
it. If I play the game now, I'll know it. It's like, oh, that's from the film. I remember that.
Yeah. So I've scored it 3 out of 5. Yeah, I had a really good time with it.
Nice.
3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Low.
Makes more sense. 4.
4 might be insane. Can I gauge
stand
this
by
to
your 4. You
3.5?
liked it. You've been very enthusiastic about it. I think that's suitable to the way you've been talking.
No, I remember I was thinking when I went in here, should I do this 3 out of 5 or 4? And I think I decided on 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5.
3.5.
3.5.
Okay, so don't come down a whole star. All right, 3.5.
I'm not going to do a whole star.
Okay, good.
3.5 is fairer.
Okay.
This is a 3.5 star film.
All right, fair enough.
Although, weirdly, I think I may have bumped it up after watching that last scene where they all go and fight the Emperor.
Oh.
And there's even, I don't know if anyone caught it, but again, it's fan service, isn't it? But if you wait right to the end titles, they just do yet another excellent and flawless victory.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'm done watching. When did they start doing these fucking stupid end credit scenes? Because they're in both of these films, aren't they?
They are in both, and in Street Fighter, it's the Bison's hand comes up right at the end, doesn't it?
Fucking stupid dog.
What a bunch of crap.
All right, Mr. Tech.
Pick of the cast is I'm also going for Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Okay.
I loved the way he snarled and spat his lines every time.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good.
He does angry face really well, I've got to say that.
Yeah.
His face looks naturally angry, doesn't it?
Magic moment is the same moment, really, that Grandad has described. Specifically, the climax of the Scorpion versus Cage fight, and with the signed photo landing to my greatest fan from Johnny Cage. Yeah, that was definitely the magic moment. I had this down as 3 stars, comfortably 3 stars. And then when those first few notes of Halcyon started emerging at the end, I immediately gave it a bonus star just for that, because I got goosebumps. Because for putting that tune in there, a whole extra star, I got goosebumps. I haven't listened to that song for quite some time without realising it, and it made the hairs on my arm stand up.
Always does every time.
Bonus star. But then when they did the cheesy Emperor thing, It lost a star there for that.
I like the cheesy emperor thing. Honestly, weird.
So it reached 4 momentarily, and it's settled back to probably a fair 3.
Cruel, man, but fair.
As reality reasserted itself in your mind.
I think give me 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. I got excited there.
Okay, all right. Pick of the cast for me is like Lyndon Ashby. Easy. Thought he's really good in it. I enjoy all the scenes that he's in. His dialogue
good.
scenes. I think he's funny. I laugh quite a bit. He's, for me, head and shoulders above everyone else. Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa is fine, but he's just not doing anything all that interesting. And I was enjoying Trevor Goddard, but then he died really early, so didn't get to enjoy him for long. Magic moment for me. I'm not trying to be too mean about it. I can't really think of a thing I loved in it. I did really love the production design of it in a couple of places. We talked about the cobwebby hell dimension bit that he goes into to fight Scorpion. I really love that set. It's an amazing set. This is the thing Anderson does well, because we were talking about this with Event Horizon. I think their sets on Event Horizon are amazing as well. But I also really like when they're going across to the island, they're on this like ghost ship thing with all like tattered sails and stuff. That's cool as well.
It is.
So I like those moments earlier on. I think for me,
it's got a lovely sense of place, I think, with all the set design.
Yeah.
I think it really does that well.
I think my experience here, the thing for me, I'm just pondering why I've reversed so much. I think I like the concept of the film, really like the concept of the film. So I think when I first saw it, I went in with low expectations and that carried me through. And I got to the end going, that was better than I expected. I think this time around, I went in expecting to like it, liked the first half of it, and then it started to drag, and I just feel like it's not really a narrative thing, it's just a flow of action thing where they start all the sort of these iconic villains fall by the wayside a bit too quickly. And I remember at the time, this is 100 minutes long, this film. Like, it shouldn't be that long. And the back half of it really dragged for me at the end.
I really quite like the last bit. You've got Kang fighting the sorcerer, and he brings in different villains then, and
I don't know.
It's when you get the fighting actually started, I think it kind of lifted it a bit at the end.
It just didn't for me. I don't know. I remember the turning point was the bit where that lizard thing, then we were talking about the reptile bit.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like losing interest at that point, and then there was still quite
shitty CGI. Always brings you down.
Yeah.
You know what? It did in the 90s, it does now. It's never changed.
Yeah. So that dropped. I gave it 3 stars last time I watched it, but it's dropped to a 2-star for me now. I just like the idea of it, like what Anderson's going for. Try not to hold the shitty CGI bits against it, because I don't like to do that. But I just got a bit bored in the back half of it. So I'm very surprised that I like Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat this time around, because I've always said out of those 2 films, I'm team Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's mental.
It's not mental, it's just surprising.
Katana went this way. I can smell a perfume.
I don't smell anything.
I smell something. Bullshit.
We got company.
Quick question. Has anyone seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which was made 2 years later?
No, I haven't. Is that a sequel to this one?
It is supposed to be a sequel.
Yeah.
I'm sure Liu Kang and Robin Shu, I think he's...
Robin Shu's in it.
Oh, Robin Shu is back in it.
Yeah.
And Katana.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got Brian Thompson in it. And James Remar.
Oh, nice.
It's supposed to be terrible, but no, I've not seen it.
Brian Thompson, who is Grandad's alter ego.
Do you think he looks like Grandad?
Yeah, I've said that Brian Thompson looks like a beefy Grandad.
That's not, that's a compliment, I'd say. Right, top.
Definitely, yeah.
Did you see the news from last week? I've just remembered this. I meant to mention it earlier that Alex Garland has been signed up to make an Elden Ring movie for A24.
Wow.
Did this register on anyone's cultural radar?
Well, it
No, I thought you'd given up directing.
Sort of that is one game that I have considered actually playing now.
I can't remember how many iterations it was ago, but I did really enjoy it. It was good.
Yeah,
really
the only
nice.
thing that stopped me is I'm worried about the time. I don't have the time to be sucked on it.
Yeah, you do need a couple of. You need about 100 hours if you're going to play Elden Ring.
You would have to choose between your family and your game.
Exactly,
but
that could be a problem.
It is a good game.
Yeah,
it's fascinating from a team-up point of view because Elden Ring, I don't know if it had input. I don't know how much he did, but George R.R. Martin had input in the game.
Right.
In that, I don't know whether he's got input on the movie. Not that you'd necessarily notice it, but the makers of the game, From Software, the stories in their games are always intentionally vague and ambiguous, and they're very subtle. They're pushed to the background, and they're more told in the lore clues that you find in the game world. So the idea of what an Elden Ring movie could be, especially an Alex Garland one, who's someone that's got some ability and the reputation of A24, that's really curious to speculate what that's going to be like.
I just look forward to seeing Alex Garland doing something a little bit more fantastical again, because he's done that other film about soldiers, hasn't he? That I'm kind of like,
Which one?
This might be perfect for that then.
Alright, so that's it for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So next week, what have we got next week? Oh, big one next week. We're doing Suspiria from 1977.
Are we? Cool.
Directed by Dario Argento.
I've seen that.
Paired up with the obvious movie to go with Suspiria, which is Thunderbirds Are Go from 1966, directed by David Lane.
Wow.
Natural classic double feature, that one. Bugs, Grandad and Mr Tech, where can people find you?
We're just on YouTube at the minute. Yeah. Whether we will be in other platforms in the future, but yeah, at the minute, the only place to find us is to search for Grandad and Mr Tech on YouTube. We are hopefully getting our latest episode out imminently. There are 3 podcasts on there at the minute. Yeah, we'd welcome anyone to any kind of interest in older games, newer games, and just want to have a bit of a listen in to us talking about some of our memories and what we get up to and don't play and stack and never get around to. Yeah, see what people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very engaging podcast. I gotta say, you're doing a really good job with
Really?
it. Like,
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
have a
you.
huge interest in computer games, really, but I really like listening to your show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're the place to come if you want to live out your dreams vicariously of having too many games to play or playing those old games from 20 years ago as if you could just grab it off your shelf and plug it straight back in. That's what
Listen,
for.
I think of myself as a part-time player in his 40s as well. I've got
What kind of player are we
games.
talking here, Joe?
I'm singing a player that I will go back and I'll get an emulator on and play some of my old BBC micro games. I'll also play a bit of Minecraft, a bit of the Ace Attorney games, and it's the card games I love on iPhone as well. Yeah, which are fantastic. I love it.
If you need any tips on building yourself a little retro handheld,
ooh, nice.
Then come to the Grandad and Mr Tech podcast and we'll tell you where to go and find some guides.
Oh, nice.
You can find Joe and I on Letterboxd. I'm Mosquito Dragon. Joe is Fruit of the Loom with 2 O's. Well, next week, just leave you with the life lesson from this week, which is what? If a strange man in dark robes attacks you in a dark alley and conjures intense cold from between his legs,
finish him?
Throw a bucket of water over him.
Oh, yeah.
All is victory. That's what you mean. Bye, everyone.